College football is back, so we're going to be doing the first ever 138-team Imperialism tournament to determine the best team in college football. Here's the map, and the first team competing is BYU. The way this works is we use the team wheel to determine who will be attacking. Then we spin the arrow to see who's going to be attacked. So we have BYU attacking Arizona State, and the loser is eliminated. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. In the fourth quarter, a minute to go. We have a pretty close game. BYU marching. They haven't even scored yet. They're going to throw it. That's almost picked off. It's 4th and 2. If Arizona State gets this ball back, they might win this game. If you've seen previous Imperialisms, you understand that home field advantage is super important. 4th and 2. This might be the game. BYU's not even across midfield. Bear Bachmeier, they're going to go to the ground game there, and they're going to get it. Reset the chains. BYU calls its first timeout. Here we go. Bachmeier steps back. They only need a field goal to tie this. They're just going to go out of bounds here. Here we go. Bachmeier, they're just going to keep taking their checkdowns. I don't really know how long they can do this for if they're not going to... Yeah, this is not a good look for BYU if they're just going to keep taking checkdowns. 3rd and 4, they only have one timeout left. 3rd and 4, Bachmeier steps back. They're running like all go, and Bachmeier's going to run for it. Going to get the first down. BYU calls their final timeout. Here we go. They pretty much only need to get into field goal range. I think that's probably another 10 to 15 yards. It's across the middle. They're going to be all the way inside the red zone. I wonder how conservative they play it, knowing they only need a field goal. Here we go. 20 seconds to go. Bachmeier can't take the sack, and they're going to go incomplete. That's actually really good for BYU. And BYU's just going to go for the field goal here to tie it, and they're going to make it, and we're probably going to head to overtime. 3rd down, Arizona State's going to run the ball, and they're not going to get it, which means they're going to have to kick the field goal. BYU is a touchdown away from winning this game on the road. And if that was complete, that was the game. Here we go. Bear Bachmeier going to sling it to the end zone. He's going to get it, and it's knocked away. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Tempe is absolutely shaking. They're just, oh, no play action. Going to get hit. Oh my goodness, BYU, we're going to double overtime. Here the kick is, it's up. It's good, we're going to double OT. BYU gonna run the ball here, and they're all the way inside the 15 already. Here we go, gonna go back to the ground. BYU not able to move the ball very effectively there. They're gonna keep it on the ground. Arizona State is stuffing this BYU team in the backfield. They're gonna run it again. It is 4th and 3. I think BYU is gonna be forced to settle for another field goal. Here we go. BYU with a chance to take the lead. Kick is up, and the kick out. Now it's up to Arizona State. Arizona State inside the 15. A touchdown wins them the game. They're going to go to the ground game as well, but they're going to get like 6 yards, 4 yards in that play. That was a good run. Here we go. Gonna let it rip. That's a slant. That's a first down. Arizona State is gonna win the game. Here we go. Taking a look at the map. Obviously, Arizona State now controls the most amount of land on the map. Let's see who we got next. All right, this time we get Illinois, and they're gonna be going directly east, which means we're gonna get Illinois versus Purdue, another in-conference matchup here in game 2. Purdue can drive down and score a touchdown. They can upset the Illini. Oh, he's gonna have to let it rip. He's gonna let it rip, and it's 3rd and 10. This is 4-down territory. And I believe if Purdue doesn't get this, Illinois is going to they're going to come in and win this game. Here we go. He's going to let it, oh, what's he going to do? He's going to get sacked. 4th and 16. Darrell Prater with a perfect timing on this time to dick around right now. They really need to lock in. Going to let it go. 4th and 16. Going to let it fly. He caught it, but he knocked it out. Illinois is win the game. Next up, we're headed to Michigan, as Western Michigan is going to go to the Southwest, and they're going to take on Notre Dame. And Notre Dame defended home field and took down Western Michigan. With that Notre Dame win, we are now going to Missouri. We're going to be going directly pretty much southeast, and they're going to take on Missouri State. Missouri State has the ball. They're actually down by a touchdown again. These games have been super defensive. We go under a minute to go. Missouri State has 2 timeouts. They're going to go a little speed option, and Missouri State they're more down the field. We go a little there. Yeah, that's not a good play call. They're going to call their final timeout. 30 seconds to go. They're at the 14-yard line. They need a touchdown to tie this game. Here we go. Going to sling it to this little out route there. Under 30 seconds to go. 9 seconds to go. Free rusher. They're lucky. They have 1 play to score a touchdown here. Here we go. 1 final play. Can Missouri State let it rip? And it's picked off. Missouri is going to survive and advance. All right, next up, we're going to get to see Northwestern. And because they're going south, they're going to take on Illinois. Illinois played twice. Here we go. Northwestern has the ball down by 3. Sling the ball, and they're going to get cross midfield. All right, here we go. Northwestern runs the read option, gets the first down. They call their first timeout. We have 2 timeouts to go. This is going to be interesting. Northwestern, a field goal ties the game. I think they're close to field goal range if they're not already in it. but they're really close to being in a touchdown. If they can score a touchdown here and upset Illinois, that would be awesome. Aiden Child steps back, gonna step up in the pocket and sling it across the middle. Oh my goodness, Northwestern is inside the 10-yard line. They call their second timeout. This is going to be huge if they can do this. Willie the Wildcat is doing absolute circles right now. 40 seconds to go. Northwestern does have some time. They don't have to call that timeout if they don't see fit. I wonder if this is just through the air here. Oh, he's taking off. Child's going to let rip. All right, empty backfield. 30 seconds to go. Memorial Stadium here in Champaign is absolutely rocking. Childs, the slant, and the ball's broken up. 3rd and goal. And if they turn this ball over on downs, it's over. All right, 3rd and goal. Childs steps back. Is he going to take off? He's not going to take off. He's going to throw it. Aiden Childs, if he took off, he might have had a chance to score on the ground. And Northwestern is going to go for 3, and we're going to tie this game up at 3 apiece. The kick is up, and we're headed to overtime. If they don't get this, they're going to have to kick a field goal, which means Illinois could win it on a touchdown. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to get the first down. Oh my goodness, Northwestern. The risky play call works out. 1st and 10 here. Child steps back. Is he going to get... Nope, they're going to get a sack. That is huge for Illinois. 2nd and 17. The run goes absolutely nowhere. This is looking like a field goal for Northwestern, which is a big win for the Illinois defense. 3rd and 17. Yeah, this is just a handoff to get into better field goal range. Oh my God. Oh my God. 4th and inches. Are they going to go for this? They just got 17 yards on a handoff. Northwestern kicks it, and that's a great job by Illinois. A touchdown wins the game for the Illini. Quarterback steps back, and they get the first down in the first play inside the 10. Illinois probably runs this. Nope, they're not going to run it. They're going to sling the rock. Illinois is going to get down to the 1-yard line. They're just marching on Northwestern. Goal line formation. Illinois with a chance to win it right here. Handoff stopped in the backfield. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal. To the back, and Illinois takes down Northwestern. Next up, we get to see Virginia. Because they're going directly east, they're going to be taking on Maryland. This is going to be a good game. All right, 45 seconds to go. Nobody scored, but this Virginia team is marching. If they can get a touchdown here, they probably win this game. They're forcing Maryland to call their timeouts. A field goal might do it if they can get another first down here. Yeah, I think Virginia is playing for the field goal. Maryland's going to call their final timeout, and Virginia has a chance to win this game at the buzzer and knock off Maryland. This would be a huge win and an upset because we haven't seen many teams walk in on the road, especially at the Power 5 level. Just going to keep it on the ground here. Virginia is going to get all the way inside the 20, and this is going to be the final play of regulation. And the ball goes up, and Virginia comes into Maryland and knocks off the Terrapins. That's a pretty big upset. Next up, we're headed to Florida, and UCF is going to be headed to the south, which means they're going to take on USF. This is going to be a battle between 2 former American teams. The war on I-4. This is going to be a great game, and USF is able to win this game. It was 14-0 up until like the literal last second, and UCF managed to score. Another win for the home team. All right, next up is Duke, who's going to be heading to the southwest, which means they're actually going to just hit North Carolina. So we're going to get a super heated rivalry game here in this next matchup. Okay, and Duke actually comes into Chapel Hill and takes down North Carolina. It was a 3-0 ball game, a lot of defense, and this Duke team with a big upset on the road. And next up, we're staying in North Carolina as we're going to get Charlotte. And because this is heading to the Southwest, they're going to take on Clemson. This is not going to be an easy game. All right, heading into the 4th quarter, Clemson has the ball across midfield, but they're actually losing. We're going to see if Clemson can come back. I'm shocked. They're just going to hit their flat. This is not a good look for the Clemson Tigers. They are in field goal range, and so we could head to another overtime. But again, with these short quarters, anything can happen. Little play action here. He's probably going to sling it across the middle, and that's picked off. I think Charlotte just won the game. I think Charlotte just came into Death Valley and upset Clemson. Clemson does still have 2 timeouts, so I think technically they have like a 7-second chance. And as long as they don't get a safety, Charlotte is going to get all the way down to the 12. 2nd and 3. That's a good first down play. Here we go. A first down wins the game. Just going to hand it off, and they're going to get it. Charlotte is going to come into Death Valley and take down Clemson. Wow. Up next, we're heading out west to see New Mexico, and they're going to be going to the Southwest, which means they're going to take on New Mexico State, and the winner's going to control the entire state of New Mexico. The Rio Grande rivalry, this is going to be a good one. And New Mexico is going to come into New Mexico State, win the game, win the Rio Grande rivalry, and advance to the next round. And at this moment, New Mexico actually holds the most land on the map. Next up, we get Utah, who's going to be going to the Northwest and taking on Utah State. The battle of the brothers, 2 Pac-12 teams, 1 former, 1 current. It's going to be a good one. Here we go. Utah State backed inside their own red zone, down by a touchdown, but they got a great play to start this drive. Under a minute to go. Here we go. Quarterback steps back. Gonna sling it, just hit the flat. I think he was out of bounds. I don't even know if he caught that ball, but whatever. Here we go, 45 seconds to go. They got to go to length of the field. They're just taking these deep routes, and they are getting out of bounds, but they still have to go 66 yards. Here we go, steps back. Nebraska's pass rush is not getting anywhere, or excuse me, Utah's pass rush. I don't know why I was thinking about Nebraska. McKay Hillstead has been moving the ball. Utah State is out of timeouts, so they pretty much have to get into hurry up or get first downs on every play. That was a great throw by McKay Hillstead. Again, almost at midfield, just gonna... What is he going to do? He's going to take a shot. He's going to get sacked if he doesn't get rid of it. Not the worst thing because of the fact that the clock's down to 23 seconds. He's going to have to make something happen here. Going to step up in the pocket. Again, they just keep taking these under routes, and they didn't even get out of bounds. That might be the last play of the game. And that'll do it. Utah comes into Utah State, wins the rivalry game, and survives. And next up, we get to see Liberty, who's going to the Southwest, and they're going to take on Wake Forest. That is not going to be an easy game. All right, tie game. This is looking like an overtime game because Liberty's going to have to score in under 40 seconds to go. And they're not really moving the ball that effectively here in Winston-Salem. And that was if he hit his under route, that's probably 10, 15 yards. Here we go, 3rd and 7. Oh, he's going to get sacked. He's going to get sacked. Wake Forest has a chance to win this game if they can make a run here in the next 30 seconds or so. Here we go. Wake Forest is, if they run this ball, they're probably just going to take this to overtime. This will be the first time we've had an overtime game go 0-0. And that's probably what's going to happen here. We're going to see what happens here in overtime. Liberty gets the ball here first in overtime, and they're going pretty much nowhere. This has been a battle of poop and shit, and it's really not looking that good so far. Again, the run game for Liberty has done absolutely nothing. And this is looking like Wake Forest is going to stop them, hold them to 3, and maybe have a chance to win this game on their offensive possession. They're running for it again. What is Liberty doing? They're not even trying for the touchdown. They're just going to go for the field goal here. There we go. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Wake Forest has to respond. Here we go. Gonna take off. Oh my goodness. He might get it on the first play. No, but he's inside the 12. That's a great start to the season. Here we go. Just gonna hand it off, and Wake Forest is going to win this game. All right, here we go. We get to see Colorado State for the first time, and they're going pretty much directly east, which means they're gonna take on Kansas State. It was either them or Nebraska. It was a little more toward the Kansas State side that just snuck through here. It's going to be a very unique matchup. And Kansas State is about to score their first touchdown of the game. Can Colorado State respond? Gonna have to sling it at the 15 down the seam, and they're almost at midfield. That was a great throw by the Colorado State quarterback here on the road. Here we go. Gonna sling it again. Where is he gonna look? He's gonna take off. He's gonna throw it into the running back, which was kind of stupid, but because the clock is running, they have to go 59 yards in 30 seconds, and the clock is still ticking. Here we go. 15 seconds to go. They're gonna get the first down, but they have to go 53 yards in 15 seconds. It looks like Kansas State is gonna sneak out of here with a win. Here we go. 10 seconds to go. Looks like it's going to have to be a bomb. Nope, it's not going to be a bomb, and that's going to do it. Oh, no, they have another timeout. Never mind. I didn't think they had any more timeout. They're going to have to throw up a Hail Mary just to tie it. It does not look good for the Colorado State Rams here. As expected, the Hail Mary is incomplete, and Kansas State survives. All right, next up, we're going down to Texas for the first time. We're going to see Baylor, and they're headed to the Southwest, which means they're just going to take on Texas. So we're going to get an old school Big 12 matchup. This is a rivalry game where you should be in for a good one, boys. And Texas is the big winner here. All right, we're headed to Minnesota for our next game, and they're going to the Northeast, which means they're going to take on Wisconsin. And the winner of this game is going to have the most land on the entire map. The battle for the Paul Bunny and Zax, a Big 10 showdown. This is going to be a tough game. All right, the clock is ticking. Minnesota has 2 timeouts still, but they're down by a touchdown here. It was going to take a step back. Running back picks up the blitz. He's going to let it rip. He's going to get the ball away. 6 seconds to go. They still have 2 timeouts. That was a major clock error not using those timeouts. Here we go. This is probably the last play of the game. He's going to get it off to the running back, and Wisconsin is going to defend home field. And just like that, Wisconsin now controls the most amount of land on the map. Next up, we get Georgia Tech, and because they're going to the Northwest, they're going to be taking on Kennesaw State. Across the 30 with only 50 seconds to go. This is a tie game. It's been a lot of defense. Can Kennesaw State pull off the upset? Oh, here we go, and it's 3rd and 2. Kennesaw State not at midfield. We might be in store for an overtime game. Here we go, here we go. He's going to sling it downfield, and it's an overthrow, 4th and 2. It looks like we're headed to overtime. 2nd and 3. Georgia Tech has the ball inside the red zone. They're moving the ball really effectively on the ground here, and they're almost inside the 5. Oh, there we go. They're going to get stuffed again. Can Kennesaw State hold this team? And another stop. Georgia Tech has to kick this field goal. Kennesaw State is a touchdown away from winning this ball game. Here we go. Kennesaw State starts off, going to get drilled, and it's picked off. Georgia Tech just won the game on a game-sealing pick 6 in overtime. That was an incredible game, and next up, we're going to get Stanford, and they're going to go to the Northeast, which means they're going to take on Cal in a rivalry game. The big game. This is going to be a good one. In years past, we've done this. We've made it where it's 2 minutes, or we've done a full 5 minutes. It takes so long to get these videos done. I wanted to try it with the minutes, and it's been really fun because it's not only faster paced, but a lot more randomness to it. We've seen teams like Clemson get out in their first game. Step back, and they're going to sling it outside. They're going to get the first down and get out of bounds. Stanford inside the red zone. 30 seconds to go, but no timeouts. So this is going to be an interesting clock management for the Stanford Cardinal. Here we go. He's going to sling it out wide, and they're going to get down inbounds, not the first down. That is not good. 25 seconds, and the clock is ticking. The CPU is kind of letting the clock tick. We might have time for one more play. Here we go. 8 seconds to go. This is probably the game. If he takes the check down, they lose. He slings it, and he missed it. Oh my goodness. That was a touchdown on the comeback route. There was 3 seconds to go. This is for certain the final play of the game. Here we go. Stanford quarterback got to let it go. And he's sacked, and that's the game. Cal defends home field and wins the big game. Up next, we have Northern Illinois, the newest member of the Mountain West. And they're going to be heading to the east, a little bit to the south. And they're going to take on Illinois. The winner of this game will control all of Illinois. Here in the fourth quarter, Illinois has the ball tied with NIU. It is 3rd down. They're not even at midfield. I can't believe this. I can't believe NIU tied this game and is in this game still. Like, they're in field goal range already, which means they might be able to sneak out here with a win. This would have been a massive upset for NIU. Yeah, Illinois is just going to run this clock out and then kick a game-winning field goal. That sucks for NIU. Oh, a little RPO action. That was ballsy. And they're actually going through the air here on 2nd down. And it looks like, again, I don't really understand why they're not just running this clock out, but what the hell do I know? And NIU scores, or excuse me, and Illinois scores with not much time to go. NIU maybe has a miracle in them. Here we go. One final play for NIU. They're just going to throw it up, and it should have been picked off, but it's not. Illinois defends Champaign and takes down NIU, and now they own all of Illinois. Next up, we head to FIU, and they're going to be going to the southwest. But because of their positioning, they're actually going to take on Miami. And the winner of this will have all of South Florida. All right, here we go. Miami, this game is probably over no matter what. But at the end of the day, we can see if Darian Mensah and this team can get this first down and really secure the win here. Counter goes nowhere. Technically, there's a chance if they stop them, block the field goal. But it is a very long shot for FIU. Here we go. This play could end the game, send Miami to the next round, and they're going to get it, and that'll do it. Next up, we're headed to Central Michigan, as they're going to be attacking to the southwest and taking on Michigan State. It's going to be a tough battle for the Chippewas. Here we go, tie ball game, Central Michigan and Michigan State. It's been a great defensive battle. We're going to see if Central Michigan can get this done with the final drive of the game. They get the first down there. They're at the 35. They have to go a long way, but they only need a field goal. If they can get this to probably the other 35, the other 30 to be safe, they do have 2 timeouts. They're probably going to win this game on a walk-off field goal. But again, they still have to get all the way over there. So we'll see what happens. Central Michigan's QB steps back. He throws it out to the flat. That's not going to be good enough. They got to call timeout here. Why are they not calling timeout? And for some reason, they just let it go. We're going to overtime. I'm kind of shocked they let it ride that way. Central Michigan has the ball here first in overtime, and they're going to get all the way inside the 10-yard line. They might be able to score a touchdown here. Here we go. Going to go a little play fakes, and that was not a good play. Second goal at the 12 now. Here we go. 3rd and goal at the 8. They're going to run it again, and they're going to get it. Michigan State needs a touchdown to tie. Here we go. Michigan State is already inside the 15. First down in 1 play. Here we go. So Michigan away from winning this, and that would be a pretty big upset for the Chippewas. Michigan State's quarterback has all the time in the world. Dropped it. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Michigan State. Empty backfield. Chippewas again. He's going to take off and throw it. Oh my goodness. It comes down to 1 play for Michigan State. Here we go. Going to motion man on the backfield. They don't need a touchdown. They just need a first down. And they're going to go for it all. And they didn't get it. Central Michigan came into East Lansing and upset the Spartans. Next up, we go out west to see UCLA. And they're going to the south, a little bit to the west. And that means they're going to take on San Diego State. This is going to be an interesting matchup. All right, here we go. San Diego State has the ball, but they're not really doing anything with it. Under a minute to go. This game, it looks like it's headed for overtime. Here we go. 2nd and 12. San Diego State has all 3 of their timeouts. I'm shocked they're not using them. And they're lucky that wasn't picked off. Here we go. They're just going to hand it off, and UCLA looks like they're going to get this ball back. I don't know if they really do anything with it, but you never know. All 3 timeouts. All right, here we go. Yeah, UCLA looks like they're just going to try to take this to, overtime, but 0-0 game again. Here we go. All right, here we go. What will San Diego State do with their first drive? They're going to get a decent run on first down. Here we go. Another handoff, and this one is a huge run all the way inside the 10-yard line. Going to go to the ground again, and San Diego State is moving the ball pretty effectively on the ground so far. Here we go again on the ground. San Diego State does not want to pass this ball, but they're doing really effectively on the ground, so why would they? Gonna go handoff again, and San Diego State is gonna march into the end zone. What an effective run game from San Diego State. Here we go. UCLA needs a touchdown to tie it and send it to double overtime. Will they respond? Nico Iamaleava is gonna step back. He's gonna take off, and he's gonna get sacked. A 4-yard sack by San Diego State. Here we go, 3rd and 14. Iamaleava steps back and slings it, and they are wide open. We're going to double overtime. UCLA gets a first down on their first play here in double overtime. Can the Bruins get another touchdown here? And they're going to move the ball really effectively. 9 yards on first down. 2nd and inches. They're going to run it again. Of course they are. And they're going to get a touchdown there. UCLA, they have to go for 2 here, so this is big if they don't get this. UCLA, after getting the 2-point conversion, San Diego State needs to now a touchdown and score a 2-point conversion. They're going to sling the rock on the first down, and they're going to score on the first play in double overtime. Here we go. San Diego State needs the 2-point conversion just to send this game to triple overtime. Will they get it? Or will UCLA sneak out of here with a win? They're going to go for the pass across the middle, and they're going to get it. We're going to triple overtime. Here we go. UCLA with a chance to get 2 more points. Iamaleava slings it, and it's a stop. We are headed to, I believe, a quadruple overtime here, with UCLA starting with the ball this time. That was huge by the San Diego State defense. And this time, they're not able to stop them. San Diego State's offense must score a touchdown here, or a 2-point conversion here, excuse me. They want to send this game to tuple overtime. Oh my goodness, he got deflected line of scrimmage. UCLA is going to sneak out of here with a win. All right, and here we go. Next up, we're going to see Toledo, our first look at a MAC school, and they're headed to the southeast, which means they're going to take on Bowling Green in a MACtion game. The Battle of I-75, another rivalry game. This should be a good one, boys. And Bowling Green has the ball. Toledo has no timeouts. They're going to defend home field and win the battle for I-75. Okay, next up, we get to see Ball State, another MAC team in the Midwest, and they're going to be going pretty much directly west, which means they're going to take on Illinois. Illinois has played multiple times so far. We haven't seen a lot of teams yet. Ball State has the ball down by a touchdown. They're inside the Illinois red zone. If they can score a touchdown here, we might be looking at an overtime game, but this is going to be tough. Ball State does have all 3 timeouts, so we'll see what they do with them. Here we go. Again, another run, and they're not going to get anywhere. Ball State, 3rd and 7, 30 seconds to go. What are they saving these timeouts for? 18 seconds to go. What is Ball State going to do? Quarterback's going to He's not going to take off. Why would he not take off there? He had the first. He's not going to get the first down. Illinois is going to survive and take a little bit more land in the Midwest. Next up, we're going to get our first look at Oregon State. We're headed way out west, and they're going pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on Oregon. So we're going to get the Civil War here. This is going to be a huge game. All right, here we go. Oregon and Oregon State are tied. The Civil War has been great, but Oregon has the ball here, empty set, under a minute to go, with a chance to win this game, and Oregon, led by Dante Moore, just struck past midfield. They called their second timeout. Here we go. 40 seconds to go. Dante Moore steps back, and he slings it. That should have been picked off. Oh my goodness. Here we go, 33 seconds to go. Dante Moore steps back and he slings it out. Oh my goodness, what a throw and catch. I believe Oregon's probably in field goal range with just enough time to maybe get closer and win this game. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to hand it off and they're going to get inside the 20, 35, 25 almost. Oregon is not calling their timeouts. I'm kind of shocked that maybe they're just going to let it run out and try to kick it with about 2 seconds to go. Why don't they call timeouts? What is Oregon doing? Oh my God, thank you. Oregon State called a timeout to try to ice the Ducks. It's going to come down to one kick. Here we go. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Oregon is going to win the Civil War. Here we go. Up next, we're going to get a chance to see Sacramento State. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that we've already seen Sacramento State, but this is their first time in Imperialism. And because they're going to, they're going west a little bit to the north, they're going to take on Oregon. So we're going to see Oregon back-to-back defending their home field. The start of the fourth quarter, and the Oregon Ducks are tied with Sacramento State. Sacramento State has the ball about the 35-yard line. 3rd and 6. They have to get this play, and they do, and then some, almost at midfield. All right, here we go. Gonna go handoff, and they're gonna get about 4 yards. Sacramento State has all 3 timeouts. I'm not sure why they're not calling them here. 30 seconds to go. Sacramento State gotta get rid of it. What? No way. Was that PI on Oregon? That's a bailout. Oh my goodness. They're at the 32. I think Sacramento State might be in field goal range. This might be the biggest upset of the video if Sacramento State can... Oh, they took the sack. They shouldn't have. This is now a 57-yard field goal. Sacramento State was in field goal range, and I think they knocked themselves out with that sack. They're going to hand the ball off, and they're going to manage to get... Oh my goodness, Sacramento State got almost all of those yards back, and Oregon calls their first timeout. Hoping to get a stop here and force a field goal for a miracle. A first down essentially ends it. Oregon's going to have some time, maybe, but... It looks like Sacramento State's going to come in out and win this game. The field goal is up, and it's good. Oregon has 10 seconds to win this game. 7 seconds to go. What does Dante Moore have in store? He's got to uncork a bomb. It's caught, but he falls down with no time. Sacramento State comes into Eugene and upsets the Oregon Ducks. Next up, we see Old Dominion for the first time. And because they're going to the west, they're going to be taking on Wake Forest. All right, here we go. Old Dominion, Wake Forest tied here late in the fourth. Old Dominion has the ball just out of their own red zone. They're going to go handoff here, and it's going to be a great call. They're almost inside the other side of the field. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I think they're almost across a 50. 40 seconds to go. They do have 2 timeouts, but they're going to let it ride. Old Dominion quarterback going to sling it into like quadruple coverage. That was a fucking laser beam. Here we go. Empty backfield again, 2nd and 10. Got to let it go. Just going to get out of bounds. Wake Forest, their defense, especially with their front 4, have really put the pressure on late. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Gonna sling it down the seam, and it's gonna be caught! Wow! Oh my goodness, Jackson Potter, what an absolute dart. They're inside the 30. This is field goal territory. Calls their second timeout, 20 seconds to go. This is great. Old Dominion, are we gonna see another small school upset a big school? That'd be huge. Wake Forest, they're gonna try to call the timeouts just to try to get something back. All right, here we go. Yeah, just another handoff. Oh my goodness, Old Dominion's gonna score a touchdown. That is the worst case scenario. They're gonna take down Wake Forest here in Winston-Salem. What a massive upset. Next up, we get SMU, another team in Texas, and they're going to be going pretty much north, a little bit northeast, which means they're going to take on Arkansas. So an AC matchup is going to be a good one. Here we go. SMU has the ball down by a touchdown, almost at midfield. Again, you got all 3 timeouts. You got to make them work. Kevin Jennings slings it outside. Does not make a man miss, but it does get to across the 50. Here we go. Get out wide. Get a little screen there, and they're going to get the first down, so the clock will stop. 50 seconds to go. They need to go 45 yards. Here we go. He's going to sling it. Kevin Jennings. No, he's just going to take off. Kevin Jennings with the speed inside the 30 calls their second timeout. Kevin Jennings steps back in the pocket all day. Oh my goodness. I thought he slipped that in there. That was an incredible throw. 25 seconds to go. Kevin Jennings up the seam at the 11-yard line. SMU calls their final timeout. Here we go. 22 seconds to go. Everything either has to be to the sideline or down the field. Jennings steps back, four-man rush. Kevin Jennings is going to take off. Kevin Jennings is going to tie this game if he runs. Kevin Jennings had a touchdown if he ran the ball right. They're not going to get another playoff. Oh my goodness, the CPU's not going to get another playoff. Arkansas is going to win this game. He had a touchdown, but he sold on the route. What are we doing? Here we go. Next up, we're going to get a look at Georgia Tech. And they're going to be going to the Northwest, which means they're going to take on Middle Tennessee State. And even though Middle Tennessee State scored, it doesn't matter as Georgia Tech is going to come in and win this game. All right, here we go. We're going to get to see Temple for the first time in this video. And they're going to be going directly east, which means they're going to take on Rutgers. It'll be a very interesting matchup. A 3-3 ball game with Rutgers driving at just past midfield. Or just about to be at midfield. Gonna sling it out wide, and they're gonna get the first down. They're gonna call their first timeout. AJ Surace has the Scarlet Knights at about the 40. If they can get another 5 to 10 yards, they're probably in field goal range, and this game is probably over. Temple, kind of shocked they're even in this game still. Surace, they gotta get rid of it. And it's man coverage, and they're gonna get rid of it. And then Temple is actually gonna call their first timeout. Here we go. They're gonna hand it off, and they're gonna get the first down, and Temple's still gonna call a timeout. Right now, it's just under a 50-yard field goal, so not a chip shot by any means. But Temple really thinks this game is over. Here we go. Going to go draw, and they're going to get, oh my goodness, that is a great run inside the 15. Temple calls their final timeout. This game is probably... Here we go. Will Rutgers advance and survive? Let's find out. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Rutgers is going to survive and take down Temple. Next up, we get to see Pitt, and they're going to be going pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on West Virginia in the backyard brawl. Here we go. West Virginia has the ball almost at midfield, and they're going to sling it. That is a dot, and they're across midfield. They're going to call their first timeout. They're pretty much in field goal range. We're probably looking for an overtime game here. Going to sling it out to the flat, and they're going to knock him down 2nd and 7. Call their second timeout again. Right now it's a 51-yard field goal, but West Virginia, they have a chance to tie this race. Slings it, just going to continue to get closer and closer. It doesn't look like West Virginia's trying to go for the touchdown here. Michael Hawkins, the OU transfer, has been moving this ball effectively for West Virginia. Here we go. Hawkins steps back. He's going to take off. Michael Hawkins is inside the 10. 40 seconds to go. West Virginia still has their last timeout. They're looking to try to win this game. They're in a really good spot for it. Hawkins steps back, slings it on the drag route, and he juked it. Why would he juke outside? Just put your shoulder into him. On the 1-yard line. This feels like a run play, but no timeouts. Oh, it's QB power. West Virginia scores a touchdown there. I can't believe they scored that quickly. Michael Hawkins led this offense down the field effectively. All right, Pitt has 19 seconds. They have to score a touchdown. They do have all 3 timeouts, so I guess there is a chance. They're going to have to make some chunk plays. Going to sling it across the middle, and they're going to get the first down right away. Called their first timeout. They're at 35, so that's a good start. Only a 3 rush. He's going to have all day to sit back there. Up the seam, call their second timeout. They're already at the other 35 with just under 10 seconds to go. Clock is ticking. Just going to hit the little screen. They have 1 timeout left. Probably just going to be a Hail Mary with 30 seconds, or with 4 seconds to go on the 30-yard. Here we go. Gonna sling it. And it's broken up. West Virginia defends home field and wins the backyard brawl. So we get to see the defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers, and they're going to be going to the Northeast, which means they're going to take on Illinois. So this is going to be a big matchup. Illinois has the ball in a tie game at their own 30-yard line. If they get a field goal, they can knock out the defending national champions from this tournament. This would be a huge win for Katin Hauser and the Illini. Hauser's going to step up, sling it on 2nd and 4, get the first down, and get out of bounds. That's a great start to this drive. Here we go. Hauser across the middle. They're going to knock it out. 30 seconds to go. They still have all 3 timeouts. I don't know why they're not calling them. Here we go. We might be headed for an overtime game if Indiana doesn't get this stop. Edge rusher, Katin Hauser just... And that's going to be another drop. Oh, my goodness. It does look like we're headed for overtime here in this rivalry game. Here we go. Indiana probably just going to take this game to overtime, and that's what it looks like. It'll be interesting to see who can come out on top in this one. Here we go. Indiana with the ball first. They're going to go on the ground, and they're going to get a huge chunk in the first play. Already inside the 15, Turbo Rich with a ridiculous start. On the ground again, Indiana is going to strike first. Illinois inside the 15, 1st and 10. Empty backfield for Katin Hauser. He's going to let it rip. And he's going to get picked off. Indiana's going to come into Champaign and take down the Illini. Next up, we get to see Tennessee for the first time as they head to the Southwest to take on Georgia Tech. This is going to be an interesting game, SEC, ACC game. And Tennessee comes into Atlanta and absolutely stomps Georgia Tech. Anything more than 1 score is a stomping at this point. We get to see Florida for the first time under head coach John Summerall. And they're going to be going pretty much directly north, which means they're going to take on Georgia Southern. It comes down to 1 play. Georgia Southern has the ball at their own 32 with no timeouts to go, and they're down a touchdown. They're going to have to launch an absolute bomb here with about 10 seconds to go. And they're just going to hit the... And this game is over. Next up, we get to see LSU and new head coach Lane Kiffin for the first time. And they're going to be going to the south with a little bit more to the east, which means they're going to take on Tulane. This is going to be a good game. Battle for the rag. This is going to be good. Okay, and Tulane has the ball down by 3 here in this game. It's game to overtime. Oh no, Jake Retzloff can't take that sack. That is huge by Lamar Brown. Tulane only has 1 timeout left. That was a 10-yard sack. This is not good for the Green Wave. Retzlaff just going to sling it out wide. And they're not going to get out of bounds. They have to get, I don't know if they have to get 17 yards, but they pretty much have to get the first down here or on, or they're done. All right, 20 seconds to go. LSU's going to bring 4, and they're going to get some serious pressure. They're just going to dump it off. They're not going to call their final timeout. I don't think they're going to have time for another play. I think LSU is going to come in and take down Tulane. Yeah, they're going to have 1 play. This is the game. It's going to be a Hail Mary. It's going to be a game-winning touchdown, or it's going to be an LSU win. Retzlaff steps back. He is just going to sling it. And it's pass interference. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if the pass interference puts LSU or puts Tulane into field goal range. Okay, so LSU just needs one clean play and untimed down to win this game. Gonna sling it up. And it's picked off by LSU. The Tigers come in and win the game. Next up, we get to see App State for the first time. And they're going to be going to the Southeast, which means they're going to take on Charlotte. Another rivalry game. This one should be good, boys. Here we go. This has been an absolute barn burner. 0-0. App State, Charlotte. App State has the ball here at the 35. They're just going to sling it. What a shot. He's going to try to take a shot. Oh, he almost caught that too. All right, 3rd and 13. App State just going to go a little RPO. Charlotte's going to get this ball back. Charlotte has the ball at their 20. Only 45 seconds to go. They do have 2 timeouts. I wonder if they decide to try and really go for this. And it looks like they are. Charlotte's going to sling it out wide. And this game has just been an absolute waste of time. And I don't really understand either of these guys what they're going to do. This is just ridiculous. 16 seconds to go. I wonder what they do. I wonder if they do anything here. Probably not. I mean, they're almost at midfield. App State is, so we'll see if they can pull it off. 8 seconds to go. They're at their own 47. If they can get 15 to 20 yards on this one play, they're going to win the game. Here we go. Gonna let it ride here. And we get one more shot, but it's not going to happen here. We actually got a pass interference. This is going to make it, I believe, I don't even know what this is going to make it. This is going to make it really tough. Could do it. A pass interference call to win the game. I wonder if this will do it. Kick is up. No good. We're going to overtime. Here we go. Charlotte, this is just pathetic. Like, this is just... Here we go. 4th and 21. They're out of field goal range, so this has to be a first down here. He's going to unload. Oh, my goodness. Is that offensive pass interference? What just happened? Pass interference on App State? Oh, my goodness. Charlotte gets a chance to keep going. This game is just AIDS-tastic. Here we go. 3rd and goal at the 3. This could be a big win for Charlotte if they can come out on top here. Nobody wants to win this game. This one's just been ugly, ugly, ugly. Yeah, this is just ugly. We're getting a field goal here. App State needs a touchdown to win. Please, App State, just score a touchdown. Get this game over with, man. We got like 60 more games to go through. All right, App State has the ball at 25. They're going to go pass here, and Charlotte's going to break a blitz. They're going to get it off. It's going to go mailing out of bounds. And 10. App State's quarterback steps back. He's going to sling it across the middle on a nice little angle route, and they're going to get a first down on that play. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Oh, he has the drag wide open. He has the other drag wide open to each it, dude. We're going to go to double overtime. Oh, my AIDS. It's going to go up. And it's going to be good. App State ties it. We're headed to double overtime. All right, 2nd and 6. Here we go. 3rd and 1. App State's going to get the first down. And we are almost inside the 10. Here we go. There's a lot of bodies up the line of scrimmage for Charlotte. To go with a nice pull. Oh, my God, App State. That is... Oh, dude, if he just cuts it up, what is the CPU doing? App State goes for 2 after scoring the touchdown, and how can Charlotte respond? Charlotte's quarterback steps back. Gonna wheel out of there, but he's not gonna get away. That's a huge sack. Gonna step back. They're gonna bring a blitz. He's just gonna get it out to the running back, and the running back is gonna get the first down. Oh, what a juke move. All right, 3rd and inches. They're gonna go for the run here based on the way this formation is set up. And they're not going to get it. Dude, what are they doing? Charlotte is just trying to lose this. This is unreal. Here we go. 4th and inches. They're going to get it. Get inside the 5. That's a huge play. All right, here we go. There is not much time left on the clock. 2nd and goal. They are running out of time here in Charlotte because they only have 3 plays to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Here we go. Charlotte's quarterback going to step up. He's going to take off. He's going to take off, and he's going to get inside the 5. That is a great run by the quarterback. 3rd and goal at the 3. 3rd and 3, 2 plays. They're going to go for the ground game, and they're not going to get it. He tried to go aerial and got popped in the air. Jeriel Cobb averaging 3 yards per carry. It is 4th and goal at the 1. The game comes down to this. One stop from App State wins it. Here we go. Looks like they're, looks like they have an extra tight end lineman out there. And Charlotte's not going to get it. What a stop on the 1-yard line. Okay, here we go. Next up, we get to see Michigan for the first time. And they're headed to the Southwest. And they're going to hit Bowling Green. So it's going to be a nice, tough matchup for the Bowling Green Falcons. Here we go. Bowling Green actually down by a touchdown. They have the ball almost at midfield. They're going to have to let it rip, and they're going to get the first down on this play, and then some. That's a great play. They still have 2 timeouts left, too. Here we go. Oh, my God. Bowling Green's quarterback is going to take on. Oh, he's going to throw it across the middle. What a throw. What a play. Here we go. 4th and 17. This is the game. Bowling Green has marched into about the red zone, but they need to get inside the 5 if they want to win this game. And that'll do it, folks. We get to see Wyoming again. Because they're going to the Southeast, they're going to take on Kansas State. This is going to be a good game. And the winner of this will control the most amount of land on the map. 4th and 5 for Wyoming. They're at their own 32. If they don't get this, Kansas State is the first down away from winning this game. Wyoming's quarterback got all the time in the world back there. He's going to finally sling it and find someone open, and Wyoming is back in business. Here we go. Wyoming again. Going to get it out. They're not going to call a timeout. About 45 seconds to go. Here we go. 2nd and 6, 30 seconds to go. Oh, no, he's going to get sacked. He's got to get rid of it. He just does. I don't know how that's not a fumble there. Here we go. They have to go 44 yards in 22 seconds. He's going to step up in the pocket. He is going to run outside. He just threw it right. Who was he aiming at? Oh, my goodness. Is this going to be a pick six? Doesn't matter. Kansas State is going to defend home field and win this game. And Kansas State now controls the most amount of land on the map. This is a weird combination of land. Next up, we're going to head to Virginia Tech for the first time and see James Franklin. They're going to be going directly north, which means they're going to take on Marshall. All right, here we go. Virginia Tech has the ball. Tie game at the 40. They only need a field goal to win this game against Marshall. James Franklin, the new head coach, has this team moving. Here we go, Virginia Tech. Gonna sling it. It's picked off. Marshall has the ball at the 45. They're like 10 yards from winning this game. Gonna sling it. They're gonna drop it. They need to get to about the 35, about 10 yards. Here we go. He's gonna step up and just, dude, what are these QBs doing? These QBs, nobody wants to win. Here we go. He's gonna sling it out wide. Dude, I cannot believe Marshall had a chance. They didn't get any yards in 3 plays. They just fumbled the biggest bag ever. All right, 2nd and 15. Marshall consistently is doing absolutely nothing on offense. This team is doo-doo buns. Gonna sling it across the middle, and he drops the ball. Dude, they just threw the ball to a tight end on a pitch. Marshall's offense is absolutely absurd. Marshall kicks it. It's good. Virginia Tech needs to respond. Well, this game is over. Here we go. 1st and goal. Virginia Tech. Marshall's defense needs to get a stop here. He's going to sling it on the nice little hitch route. They're down to the 1. Marshall needs to stop them twice at the 1-yard line. Here we go. They're in a heavy set. Going to pitch it out wide. And Virginia Tech takes down Marshall. Next up, we get our first look at the Kansas Jayhawks. They're going to be going to the north, a little bit to the northwest, which means they're going to go to Nebraska, an old Big 12 showdown. It's going to be a good game. Here we go. Kansas has the ball down by a touchdown. On the other side of the 50, Dylan Edwards just got that ball and went absolutely nowhere. The Jayhawks went with Isaiah Marshall in this game. I'm kind of shocked because I think in real life they're going to go Cole Ballard, but we'll see what happens. They're kind of letting the clock tick, and I don't really understand why. They have all 3 timeouts. You might as well call one. Gonna see what Marshall has. They're going empty backfield here. He has his flat. He's gonna look to sling it, and that is inside the red zone. Jayhawks call their first timeout. 30 seconds to go. That is a great play and a great throw by Isaiah Marshall. Here we go. Marshall again, empty backfield. Only 4-man rush. He does have his check down there. They're gonna call their second timeout. Here we go. 3rd and 3. Can the Jayhawks complete the upset? Gonna sling it to the back of the end zone, and it's knocked away. It comes down to 1 play for Kansas. If they don't get the first down, this game is over. Here we go. Edwards in the backfield. Marshall at QB. 1 play to go. 4-man rush from Nebraska. Slings it out wide. He might have caught it, but it's not enough. Kansas is going to fall to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Next up, we head to Memphis. And because they're going to the Southeast, they're going to be taking on Ole Miss. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Tigers. Get the Mid-South rivalry. This is going to be a tough one. I didn't even know this was a rivalry game. And this game wasn't much of a close one as Ole Miss dominated from start to finish to take down Memphis. Next up, we're going to get our next look at Notre Dame. And they're going to be headed to the east, a little bit to the south. And they're going to take on Michigan. 2 of the toughest teams in the game playing each other. It's going to be a good one. And this is a rivalry game. This is going to be good. 2 top 15 teams. This is going to be fun. And Notre Dame is actually going to kneel this out here in the 4th quarter. Going to head out east and see East Carolina. And they're going to go to the northwest, which means they're going to take on Duke. All right, here we go. In the 4th quarter, we have Duke down to East Carolina at home. East Carolina moving the ball really effectively. Duke has not done a good job of that so far in this video. Here we go. Going to sling it out wide. They're going to get to the 35. Call their second timeout. They just have not been able to move the ball down the field. They need 35 yards in 25 seconds, and they only have 1 more timeout, so they really can't afford any mistakes going on. Going to sling it to the tight end. The tight end's going to get the first down. They're going to call their final timeout. They have to go 25 yards in 20 seconds. Can the East Carolina defense hold up? Here we go. He's going to step up, throw it, and it's going to be off target. Here we go. Duke's QB's going to let it rip. I think it would have been across the line of scrimmage. It was an illegal forward pass. 4th and 15 with 4 seconds to go. This is the play to decide the game. Does Duke go home? Is this going to be a miracle? He's going to sling it up top. Oh my god it. Oh my goodness. He caught it and then it dropped. Now he's only 1st and 10 from the 15. And that'll do it. East Carolina's going to win this game. Next up, we get to see Arkansas State for the first time. And they're going to be going pretty much, I would say, 10 o'clock. That's like a little northwest. It's going to be Arkansas State, Arkansas. So the winner of this is going to control the entire state of Arkansas and then some. Here we go. Arkansas State has the ball down by a field goal. They're at the 35-ish. If we can get this, I don't even know why I'm saying I'm not playing the game, but if Arkansas State, if the Red Wolves can get the field goal, they can send us to overtime. Gonna hit their little slant route. They don't have any timeouts, so they gotta be on the move here. Here we go again. 20 seconds to go. They gotta take some shots now. Oh, he's not gonna really get out of there. We got out of there. Oh, he's gonna get out of there, get the first down, and get out of bounds. Ethan Crawford, that's a great run by the Arkansas State quarterback. Here we go. 16 seconds to go, just behind midfield. He's gonna step up, gonna step back, gonna step out, and he's gonna sling it. That's a great play. And he's gonna get out of bounds. 8 seconds to go. That is a great play, extending the play outside the pocket there. Here we go. Gonna go for the field goal here. This is a 51-yard field goal. It's up and it's good. We are headed to overtime. Here we go. Another run play by Arkansas. And they're gonna, oh, that's a great stiff arm. Arkansas is gonna take the lead here. What a play on the ground. Arkansas State's QB is gonna step back. He's gonna take off. He has been very mobile on the ground and extending plays. Ethan Crawford making a name for himself here. Oh my goodness, Arkansas State, they just slung it in the second play in overtime and scored just like Arkansas did. So we're headed to double overtime. Here we go. Arkansas State starts with the ball here in double overtime. They're going to put this ball on the ground and they're going to get a first down on the first play. That is a great 13-yard run to start this drive. Another handoff, and this time Arkansas with a spin. Wow. Oh my goodness, 2 plays again for Arkansas State, but now we have to go for 2. It'll be interesting to see if the Red Wolves can get it here. Here we go. They're going to go, oh, they're going to go read option. It's going absolutely nowhere. So Arkansas does need to score, but a 2-point conversion by the Razorbacks knocks out Arkansas State here. Here we go. Going to sling it on the first play, and it's knocked away. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10, or 2nd and goal from the 10, rather. Going to step up in the pocket. He's going to get out of there. Going to slide down inside the 5. KJ Jackson, 3rd and goal. They need 2 plays to go 4 yards. We go motion out. Coverage for Arkansas State. Arkansas's quarterback is going to scramble to his left. He's not going to... Oh, yes, he is. He falls in. What a run from KJ Jackson. Here we go. A 2-point conversion by Arkansas wins the game. It eliminates Arkansas State from the matchup and from the Imperialism tournament. 2-point conversion blitz. Oh, he's going to get drilled. Oh, my goodness. Arkansas State brought the house. Arkansas on the 2-point conversion gets in on the ground. It's up to Arkansas State to match it. Here we go, Arkansas State. Oh, Arkansas is going to bring a blitz. It's not going to matter. Arkansas State scores on a nice slant route. We are headed to quadruple overtime here in Fayetteville. Going to go handoff here, and they're not going to get it. Arkansas is a 2-point conversion away from sealing this in quadruple overtime. Going to motion them back. Oh my God, Arkansas State brought the blitz. We're going to pentuple overtime here. All right, here we go. Will Arkansas score here? They're going to go speed option, and they are going to get it. They couldn't make the tackle in the backfield, and Arkansas State needs to respond here. Here we go. Can Arkansas State respond? Oh, they brought the house, and they got it. We are going to sextuple overtime. This is the longest game in the Imperialism. Here we go. Arkansas State. Can they score here and put the pressure back on the Razorbacks? That brings the 6-man blitz. They're going to get it out to the running back. He's not going to make a man miss. Arkansas can win it here with 1 conversion. They're going to go handoff, and they're going to go. They got stopped. They got stopped at the goal line. We're going to septuple overtime. This is insane. Here we go. Arkansas. KJ Jackson's going to get sacked. Oh, no, he got hit with the face mask. Arkansas's going to get another chance here. And they're going to get it there. Here we go. Going to go handoff. They're not going to get it. Arkansas outlasts Arkansas State in septuple overtime. Next up, we get to see Kansas State again. And they're going to be going pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on Oklahoma State in a Big 12 battle. All right, Oklahoma State has the ball at about their 30-yard line, down by a field goal. In the 4th quarter, here we go. Drew Mestamaker slings it. What a rock. Dude, that man was wide open at midfield. That would have pretty much put Oklahoma State in field goal range, and now they're not even at 30. Steps back, just going to hit his check down. Yeah, they only need to get the first down here, and they do. They're out of timeout, though, so this is not going to be easy for the Cowboys. Steps back, he's going to step up in the pocket and absolutely sling it across the middle, and he's going to catch it at about midfield. I would say Oklahoma State needs about 15 yards to send this game to overtime. He's just going to probably... Oh, he's going to get sacked. No, that is massive for Kansas State. And because of that, they weren't able to get another playoff, and Oklahoma State falls to Kansas State. And again, Kansas State controls the most amount of land on the map, controlling a massive portion in the Midwest and the Upper West. Next up, we get to see our first look at Hawaii, and this one really doesn't matter because there's only one direction Hawaii can go, and even though it's to the north, Hawaii going to the north is going to take on Southern Cal. They're the closest, or excuse me, not Southern Cal, UCLA is the closest team to them. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. And UCLA is going to defend the Rose Bowl and take down Hawaii. All right, we're headed out west to see San Jose State for the first time. And they're going to be going to the northeast. And they're going to take on Fresno State. So this is another in-state California battle. The battle for the Valley Cup. Two former Mountain West teams. It's going to be a good one. Here we go. San Jose State down by 3. It is now 3rd down here. And they're under a minute to go. San Jose State needs, it's 4th down. This play is going to decide the game and whether or not San Jose State can come back on the road. And they hit this 52-yard field goal. It's up and it's good. Fresno State now has a chance to try and win this game in regulation. Here we go. Empty backfield for Fresno State. Gonna launch it across the middle. They are almost across midfield. They called their first timeout. Again, 4-man rush for San Jose State. Fresno State's QB launches it down the middle. He's going to have a touchdown. San Jose State falls asleep in the secondary, and Fresno State takes a 7-point lead. Here we go. San Jose State has to go the length of the field in 16 seconds with 2 timeouts, and they're going to get almost sacked on the first down. Fresno State in prevent, as they should be. Only a 3-man rush here. And they're going to get to the 30. That's a good play, but they have those 70 yards in 7 seconds. This is not looking good for the Spartans. A step up, and he's going to sling it down the field, and it's dropped. Oh my goodness. If it's caught, they have a chance for a real Hail Mary. I can't believe he dropped that ball. Gonna come down to one play for San Jose State. Can they make it happen? Can they make a miracle happen? A true miracle. Hail Mary up, intercepted, but I believe it's gonna be pass interference. So I guess technically we will have one more play. Here we go. One play short of the end zone. Oh my goodness, it's another pass interference. We're gonna be at the other, I believe the other 40. And so this is the real Hail Mary. 2 back-to-back pass interference calls. I can't believe it. Here we go. Again, just going to be another Hail Mary. This time it should get to the end zone, and it doesn't. It's knocked down. Fresno State survives and takes down San Jose State. Here we go. Next up, we get to see Houston for the first time, and because they're going to go to the Northwest, they're going to take on Sam Houston. So it's going to be a tough game for the Bearcats. Here we go. Houston has the ball at the, the 43? They have a chance to win this game on a field goal. 2nd and 10. Sam Houston needs to get a stop here. Houston just going to get another couple yards here. This is a long field goal. 3rd and 8 and a first down, all but ices it here. Back, going to step up in the pocket, hit someone across the middle. Oh my goodness, this is a chip shot. Connor Weigman with an absolute dart inside the 10. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Unless Sam Houston can come up with a literal miracle, Houston wins this game. For some reason, they decided to turn the kick off. They have 1 second to go 80 yards. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, they're going to get a pass interference, so technically they're only going to have to go 67 yards. And just like that, because the ball was deflected, Houston is going to win this game running away. Next up, we're going to get our first look at Army, and they're going to go almost directly north, which means they're going to take on Syracuse. Here we go. Syracuse, tie game with Army. They're just going to dump it off. This is going nowhere fast, and I think we're going to head to overtime in this game here in the Carrier Dome. Gonna sling it, and that is an incredible catch. Brian Wilder, wow. Here we go. Syracuse. Oh, he's going to nope, not sling it, but we do have some time. 23 seconds at the 44. If they can get like 10 yards, they're going to win this game on a field. Gonna sling it. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to sling it deep. Oh my goodness, 3rd and 10. Why are they not just taking drag routes or something to get, 5, 10 extra yards? There's only 17 seconds left, so if Syracuse doesn't score here, this game is going to go to overtime. I'm shocked at the way that they're attacking this Army defense. Looks like a 4-man rush. This is a 4-2-5 set. They're a nickel. It'll be very interesting here to see what they do. Empty backfield now. Gonna bring a blitz off the left side. He should just hit his drag here. Oh, never mind. He is wide open. Syracuse is going to win the game. Oh, my goodness. Steve Angeli, the Notre Dame transfer, with an absolute dot. The Orange absolutely love it. Army calls timeout to try and ice the Syracuse kicker. Will it work? Kick is up, and it's good. Syracuse is going to hold on and take down Army. Next up, we're headed back to East Carolina. And because they're going south, a little bit to the southwest, they're going to take on NC State. And the winner of this game will control the entirety of North Carolina. And this is a rivalry game, so this should be a really tough matchup. NC State has the ball here, 2nd and 14. This is a tie game here. At the end of the day, this East Carolina team has come in and done a really good job. They have done a great job on defense. We'll see if they can hold them. NC State's almost at midfield. A field goal will win this game. They need about, 20 yards to be really certain about. And on 3rd and 11 here, This looks like a game that's going to head to overtime. Here we go, CJ Bailey. Gonna step up and sling it. Oh my goodness, wide open. That was a great throw. Now it is only a 41-yard field goal, and NC State's still gonna have time to maybe, run a play or two just to try to milk this clock. Here we go. The kick is up. The kick is good. NC State's going to defend home field and knock out ECU. Next up, we're going to get our first look at new Pac-12 team Texas State, and they're going to go to the northeast, and they're going to take on Texas A&M. It's going to be a tough battle for this new Texas State Bobcat team. And Texas A&M is going to win this game and knock out Texas State. Texas State really just didn't have the offense for this game. All right, next up, we get to see Vanderbilt for the first time, and we're not going to see them with Diego Pavia, so this is going to be interesting. They're going to be going almost directly south, which means they're just going to hit UAB, so this is going to be a tough test for the UAB Blazers. Here we go. Vanderbilt has the ball at their 14, down by a touchdown, 2nd and 7. They do have all 3 timeouts. UAB, I'm very shocked that this team is not only winning this game, but in the lead this far. 3rd and 2. Vanderbilt, again, has all 3 timeouts, and they're not calling one. Here we go, 16 seconds. 3rd and 2. He's going to throw it. Oh, 4th and 2. If they don't get the first down, this game is over. Empty backfield, 4th and 2. I think the Vanderbilt quarterback's going to take off. He's not going to get it if he does. It's almost picked off. UAB is going to upset Vanderbilt. Next up, we get to see our first look at UConn. They're going to take on Syracuse. And this is a rivalry game, so this is going to be a good one. They're at the 40. They do need a touchdown. Syracuse has had 2 field goals in the first half. Here we go. Going to step up. Oh, he's going to get it away, but it's going to be 2nd and 10. Here we go. Again, 2nd and 10. Only 3-man rush from Syracuse. Going to sling it across the middle, and they're across midfield at the 39. UConn calls their 2nd timeout. Here we go. Again, another shot down the middle of the field. They're at the almost in the red zone. UConn calls their final timeout. They've been moving the ball really effectively up until this point. Here we go again. 34 seconds to go. Gonna step up and sling it across the middle. They're gonna get inside the red zone. Oh my, timeouts, 30 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to win the game. 15 seconds. He's gonna sling it to the goalpost. I don't know what the hell that was. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal at the 2. I wonder if they go to the ground. If they go to the ground and don't get it, Syracuse probably wins this game. 4-man rush from Syracuse. Just gonna have to hit the running. Yeah, that was a crazy throw. In goal, here we go. Again, just a 4-man rush. Gonna sling it. Who is he throwing this ball to? It comes down to one play. UConn either scores a touchdown and wins, or Syracuse holds on. Here we go. One final play. Syracuse brings 4. UConn's quarterback is gonna step up, and he's gonna run in. UConn at the buzzer comes into the Carrier Dome and knocks off Syracuse. So we get to see the group of 5 champions in James Madison, and they're going to be heading to the south, which means they're going to take on Old Dominion. It's going to be a tough game, and this is the Royal Rivalry, so this is a good one. Right, here we go. Old Dominion and James Madison tied. James Madison just threw an absolute dart, and Braden Withowski with a great catch. They are, I believe, at the 40, so they're only like 5 yards away from being in a good field goal. Oh, they're at the 35. They're pretty much already in field goal range. Oh, they're going to go RPO. Oh, my goodness. James Madison is inside the red zone, and Old Dominion's going to start calling their timeouts. Here we go. Going to go a little read option, and that actually goes backward. Going to go another handoff, and this time Old Dominion calls their final timeout. Yep, one final handoff for James Madison. Is going to get to about the 15. It's going to be a 32-yard field goal for the win for James Madison. There we go. A kick is up. Kick is good. James Madison comes into Old Dominion and takes down the Monarchs. Next up, we get Utah, and they're going to go directly north, which means they're going to take on Kansas State, and the winner of this game is going to have the most amount of land on the entire map. All right, Kansas State and Utah are tied here in the 4th quarter. It's been a defensive showdown. Kansas State on the 41. They're letting the clock tick down very slowly. We've got all 3 timeouts. Avery Johnson steps back, slings it. They're not going to call their timeouts here. Shock. They're almost at midfield. They're playing for field goal range, but they're not using any timeouts. What are they saving them for? The 5th quarter? Again, Johnson just hits the slant route, and they're going to get across the 50. They're at the 47. They're going to call their timeout now, but 2 timeouts, 12 seconds to go. They got to make some very quick decisions if they want to win this game in regulation. There we go. He dropped it again. Oh, my God. We've seen so many drops on crossing routes late in games here. In an empty backfield, they got 4 wide and a tight end. Oh, they're going to blitz. You got to get rid of it. Avery Johnson just chucked it up. We're going to go to overtime. This is a ridiculous waste of clock by Kansas State. All right, one final play. Here we go. Going to get to the end zone. And we are headed to overtime. Here we go. Utah's going to hand it off. And oh my goodness, what a run on first down inside the 10 already. Handoff again, and this time it goes 4 yards backward. Here we go again. 2nd and 12. They have wing T in the backfield, and they're going to go nowhere. They've gone 5 yards backwards after getting 17 on the first play. Again, they're going to go handoff on 3rd down, and it's going to work. He jukes into the end zone. Utah strikes with a touchdown here in overtime. Johnson steps back on 2nd and 10, slings it across the middle, and Kansas State is inside the 5. That's a great start to this drive. 1st and goal in goal line. They're going to go handoff. Going to Down to the 1. Kansas State 3 plays to score from the 1-yard line. Gonna go Wildcat direct snap, and it goes absolutely nowhere. They lose 2 yards. Utah's defense holding firm so far. Here we go again. Johnson across the middle, and he's going to score. We're going to head to double overtime. Here we go. Kansas State 2nd and 5. Johnson going to sling it on a slant route, juke move, and they are inside the 10. Avery Johnson's been moving the ball really effectively, especially here in overtime. Johnson got a handoff, and Kansas State scores. They're going on a little Wildcat jet sweep, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Utah needs to score and get the 2-point conversion to end this game. Here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Utah Utes. Single man in the backfield. They are going to hand it off, and they're going to get the first down to reset the chains. Here steps back in the pocket. Dampier gonna sling it to the corner. Oh my goodness, Utah is a 2-point conversion away from sending home Kansas State for good. Here we go, Dampier steps back, slings it, and Utah comes into Little Apple, takes down Kansas State on the road. And with that, Utah has the most amount of land on the map by far. Next up, we're going to get Nebraska. And as they're going to the east, they're going to take on Iowa State for the first time. We're going to go fake handoff here, sling it out wide. Nebraska going to get across the 50. Going to not call their second timeout, but they do have 2 left and 50 seconds to go. Quarterback's going to step back and sling it on a slant. It's going to be deflected. 3rd and 5. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Nebraska needs a touchdown on this drive. So he's going to step up and sling it. What a throw. Inside the... Oh my goodness, Nebraska's going to score. No, he's saved. Anthony Colandrea with a great throw, and Nebraska's inside the 5. That was an incredible find and an incredible run by the receiver. 1 timeout left, 1st and goal. Iowa State has 4 plays to get a stop. Colandrea steps back. He's going to sling it out wide. I don't know if it was dropped, deflected. It is 2nd and goal. That was a great... Oh, I'm still in shock of the previous play. Here we go. Colandrea on the same route. Deflected again. Number 6. What a great play to tip it away. 3rd and goal. Here we go. Can Iowa State get 2 more stops, or will Nebraska punch it in? 3rd and goal. Only a 4-man rush. Colandrea's going to take off. No, he's going to throw it. He threw it to the cameraman. It comes down to 1 play. Either Nebraska wins it here, or Iowa State holds on and stops Nebraska in 4 plays from the 3-yard line. Here we go. Colandrea's going to take off. Colandrea! He gets in, he dives! Wow! Oh my goodness, what a play. We're going to watch the replay here. Anthony Colandrea dove for the end zone and just snuck the ball in before getting hit. Jack Trice is in shambles. I mean, Iowa State needs a field goal. They do have all 3 timeouts in about 20 seconds, so there is a chance they can do it, but it's going to be very tough. Iowa State slings the ball. It's deflected. 10 seconds to go. They got to go 80 yards. This is not good. Here we go. I mean, they really pretty much have to do, chunk plays. They probably have to get to, I don't know, the 50 here on this play. Gonna sling it. Oh. And yeah, now we're in Hail Mary. It comes down to 1 play for Iowa State. And it gets deflected at the line of scrimmage. And Nebraska comes into Ames and takes down Iowa State. Next up, we're going to get our first look at Ohio State, as they're going to be going pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on Cincinnati. It's going to be a tough game. All right, here we go. Cincinnati is down by a touchdown here against Ohio State. They have the ball about 35. Going to see what's going to happen. They're going to get it off. They do have all 3 timeouts, but they're going to drop that ball in the flag. They're about the 40, so they do have some time, but they need to go 60 yards pretty quick. Also, that's a bad drop. That's a terrible drop. 4-man rush from the Buckeyes. Oh, no. Gonna get sacked. He's gonna get sacked from behind. Cincinnati, John Walker. That's a big play from the D tackle out of Columbus. 3rd and 20. I'm shocked they're not calling their timeout. I don't really understand why. If I'm Ohio State, I low-key would bring some pressure here, and they are gonna do 4. Gonna sling it out. Did he just try to catch that with 1 hand? Bro, what is Cincinnati doing? What was that? I want to replay. I want to watch this replay here with you guys. He tried to catch that ball with 1 hand. Dude, what the hell is Cincinnati's receivers doing? It's 4th and 20. If they don't get this, the game is over. Only 3-man rush from Ohio State. In zone coverage. Oh, dude. Whoever Cincinnati's quarterback is and receivers, they just all deserve to be fucking fired. All right, next up we have Alabama. This is our first time seeing the new look Crimson Tide. And because they're going to be going to the Northwest, they're going to be taking on Ole Miss. We're going to get another SEC matchup. We're in the 4th quarter. Alabama has the ball. If they can get a field goal out of this drive, this game is pretty much over. Ole Miss is out of timeouts. This game, again, assuming that they make this kick, is going to seal it here in Oxford. And Alabama's going to go for this. I'm kind of shocked considering they're already winning. Going to go read option here, and they're going to get it. That's going to do it. Ole Miss falls home as the Crimson Tide come in and win this game. Next up, we get to see Notre Dame again. And because they're going to the Northwest, they're going to take on Central Michigan. And Notre Dame dominated this game from start to finish, winning 7-0. There really wasn't much for them to do. They got the ball really quickly and then dominated in the second half. Who are we going to get next? We're going to get a look at Indiana again. And Indiana's going to head pretty much directly south. And they're going to take on Western Kentucky. It's going to come down to one play for this Western Kentucky team. They have the ball at the 16-yard line. And it looks like they're going to have to go 19 yards just to keep the game alive. They only have 2 timeouts. So if Indiana can get a stop here, they're going to come in to Western Kentucky and win this game. And they're going to do so. That is a great sack, the 3rd sack of the video, and that's going to do it for Indiana. All right, next up, we're going to get our first look at Kentucky. Shout out to Bordeaux. And they're going to head directly east, which means they're going to take on Virginia Tech. All right, Virginia Tech has the ball at their own 40. They're actually tied here with Kentucky, and they move the ball really effectively here. They're going to call their first timeout, but they only need a field goal to win this game here at Lane Stadium. And that mascot is one of the scariest fucking things I've ever seen. Empty backfield for Kentucky's quarterback, excuse me. But a great throw by Virginia Tech's quarterback, but he's going to drop it 3rd and 4. Ethan Gronkmeyer came with James Franklin. Meyer here, 3rd and 4. I'm not playing with Forkball Enjoyer. I'm playing on my account. What the fuck was that? Oh, here we go. Okay. Sick. Gronkmeyer steps back, steps up, and he's going to throw it. What a throw and catch. Oh my goodness, Virginia Tech inside the red zone. Kentucky has to call their first timeout. Quayshawn Brown, that's a great catch right there. Here we go. Virginia Tech probably just in run mode here just to see if they can get a couple extra yards on the ground. And they're going to do that and then some. That's a nice 5-6 yards on a first down play. There's only a 30-yard field goal, so this is a chip shot for the whatever the hell, the Hokie. Again, another just run play. Kentucky calls their final timeout. Again, just another run play. Oh, that was a terrible block. That should have been probably a first down, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be a 34-yard field goal, or excuse me, 33-yard field goal for Virginia Tech to knock out the Kentucky Wildcats. Here we go. Kentucky doesn't have a timeout to ice the kicker. The kick is up, and it's good. Virginia Tech defends home field and knocks out Kentucky. All right, we're going to get our first look at Iowa this video. And because they're headed pretty much directly south, they're going to take on Missouri. This is going to be an interesting game. Here we go. Missouri was able to take down the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa could never really get the ball moving, and Missouri defended Faro Field and takes down the Hawkeyes. All right, we get our first look at UTEP in this video, and they're going to be going to the northwest, which means they're going to be taking on New Mexico. All right, here we go. We start the 4th quarter with UTEP having the ball almost at midfield. Again, a tie game. A field goal would win this game for either team. UTEP, New Mexico brings a blitz. They're going to get it out, and it's going to be deflected again. Great job by the New Mexico defense. Here we go. They're going to hand it off just to get the first down, and they're going to get past midfield. Oh my God, what a run. They're at the 45. UTEP calls their first timeout. I would say 10 yards, 15 to be safe, and UTEP can come into New Mexico and win this game. Again, going to go a little RPO. That's a great read. Oh my goodness, UTEP. And they're going to stay in bounds, I believe, which is perfect to kill this clock. Just going to go draw. UTEP going to get a couple yards on that play and force New Mexico to call their timeout. Going to go fake jet touch pass, handoff inside. They're actually going to go backwards here, 4 yards. But again, they're already in field goal range. Going to go handoff again. They're going to get outside, and this is going to be a first down and then some. New Mexico. This is great job by the UTEP offense. And shout out to their offensive line. They're doing a great job. Again, they're actually going to pass this ball. I'm kind of shocked. There is a wide open. Yeah, there's a couple guys. Again, UTEP already inside the 5. I think New Mexico is playing to just hold that timeout until try to ice the kicker. But UTEP is probably going to win this game right here. Here we go. Kick is up. Kick is good. UTEP comes into the pit to take down New Mexico. Next up, we got UMass. And because they're heading directly north, they're actually just going to amass land. It doesn't happen as much in this one because there's a lot more teams over the last couple of years. But if we can take a look here, we'll do it live. UMass going directly north is just going to take over land right there. So geographically, they're in a good spot. So they're not going to get penalized for it. So that's our first land grab of the video. Let's see what we're going to land on next. We're going to get Kent State. Can't read, can't write, Kent State. Here we go. And because they're going to the southeast, they're going to take on West Virginia. This is going to be a tough game. And West Virginia dominated this game from start to finish, even though, oh, that's a pick. Never mind. Next up, we're headed back to Texas to see the new look North Texas team. And as they're going to the southeast, they're going to take on, they're just going to hit this TCU mark before they hit Texas. So this is going to be an interesting battle. All right, here we go. North Texas and TCU are tied, but I don't really know if they're going to do anything. This game kind of feels like an overtime game with the way that TCU and North Texas are playing. It just doesn't seem like anybody's going to be able to get anything going here. Oh my God, what a bomb into double coverage. And that'll do it. We're going to head to overtime here. TCU going to run the ball here on 1st and 5, and they're already almost inside the 10. They're moving the ball really effectively. Going to go handoff again. North Texas defense is going to get a stop here. Again, going to go to the ground game. Not really going any. Oh my God, that was a great move though. 3rd and 11. They pretty much have to get a touchdown on this possession or on this drive. And they're just going to go handoff again. And so this is going to be field goal for TCU, and North Texas is going to have a chance to respond. And the kick is up, and it's good. North Texas needs a field goal to send this game to double overtime. But a touchdown would have win the game for the Mean Green. North Texas QB steps back. He's going to sling it across the middle, and they're almost inside. They're at the 10 in one play. Going to go handoff here. Oh my goodness, North Texas down to the 1 second and inches. They are like, I would assume you go for this on 4th down just to try to kill this game and end it here. But who knows? Gonna go handoff, and they're gonna go absolutely nowhere. Lose 2 yards. It's 3rd and 2. Now, I don't know if you go for it on 3rd or 4th and 2 if you don't get anywhere, but I think North Texas is kind of guaranteed at least to send this game to a double over. And North Texas scores and wins it right there, eliminating TCU. All right, we're gonna get our first look at Buffalo, and they're gonna go to the Northwest, which means we're gonna have them take on UConn. It's gonna be a really good game. And this is what the map looks like with half of the teams eliminated. We're officially halfway there. So far, Utah, Nebraska, we've seen ASU, Cal has a decent amount. We've seen Indiana, Missouri. We still haven't even seen big contenders like a Georgia. And one of Buffalo or UConn is going to be eliminated first, so we'll see what happens. Holy shit. I just reacted to this with my fucking mic. Dude, okay. So Buffalo just lost to UConn. That's where we're at right now. Look at how they lose. Boom, slide. Second and just call timeout. 26 seconds to go. Buffalo has the ball 4 yards from the end zone. They still have a timeout and 26 seconds to go. They come out in field goal. I've never in my life seen something like this. I don't know what the fuck was going on in the CPU's head. I've never seen this in any Madden, any EA Sports game. That is insane. And then obviously, I don't think I have it in this recording. They come out and they go for the onside kick and don't get it. UConn wins. What the fuck? All right, next up we got Arizona, who because they're heading west is actually going to hit this little bit right here of California and take on UCLA. This one was never close as Arizona stomped UCLA. We're going to head back to Texas to see Rice, and they're going to go pretty much north, which means they're going to take on Texas A&M. Texas A&M has the ball at at Rice's 42. I mean, a field goal wins the game. Marcel Reed on a jet touch pass goes actually nowhere. They lose 2 yards on that play. They do have 2 timeouts, so they kind of control the flow of this game. But right now it's a 61-yard field goal. I don't think they would take this, and if they would, they'd be pretty stupid to. Here we go. Reed steps back. 4-man rush from Rice. Reed's gonna sling it downfield. No, what a grab! Wow! Texas A&M. Wow, what a throw and catch by the Aggies. 30 seconds to go. This is probably over. 37. They do need a touchdown. But this is going to be tough. Again, slings it down the seam. Oh my goodness. If he had caught that, that would have been incredible. Here we go again. A sling down the seam. And he catches that one. They're across midfield. Another completed pass. Rice going to call their final timeout. Here we go. Rice. Oh my goodness. They're down to the 11. A&M is faltering on defense. This is probably the last play of the game, but Rice has made this interesting at the very least. Oh, okay. Smart play, chuck it out of bounds. So this is definitively the final play of the game. Here we go. One final play to decide the game. Oh my goodness, he caught it, but the Texas A&M defense knocked it out. They survived the comeback attempt by Rice. Next up, we're headed out east to see South Carolina. And because they're going southeast, they're going to take on Georgia. I actually lied. South Carolina doesn't connect with Georgia down this coastline because the southeast would go this way and hit the coast and you kind of follow it down. It doesn't hit Georgia, it hits Florida. So we're actually going to see South Carolina versus Florida. All right, here we go. South Carolina has the ball just past midfield. Tie game against Florida. Lenore Sellers, an absolute zipper, and they're in field goal range. Florida's going to have to start calling timeouts. I think South Carolina's going to come here and win this game. Here we go. 2nd and 13. This is a 41-yard field goal at this point. I wonder if they're going to go, yep, in the air. Florida's bringing a blitz. It's picked up. Sellers lets it rip. What a catch! And South Carolina scores. Oh my goodness, what a catch and play by Nick Harbor. So now Florida's going to have one timeout, 40 seconds to the length of the field. That was an incredible play by Lenore Sellers and Nick Harbor. Getting hit, kind of a duck, coming back to the ball. That's a great play. Staying up and getting in the end zone. All right, here we go. Florida at their own 25. They only have one timeout, so they got to be really efficient with their balls. There we go. Going to get out of bounds there. That's a good 15 yards to start this drive. Here we go again. Gonna step up. Oh, he's gonna get sacked. That is a big play. They're gonna have to call their final timeout. Here we go again. 4-man rush for South Carolina. Gonna step up and absolutely sling it. Caught and then knocked out. It is 3rd and 17. Here we go again. Gonna get sacked. It is now 4th and 25. They don't have any time. This is gonna be a miracle if they can win this game. Here we go. One final play. An absolute slingshot down the middle. I think that was caught, but still, it doesn't matter. South Carolina takes care of business against Florida, comes into the swamp and wins this one. That was a great game. Next up, we get our next look at Ohio State, and they're going to go to the east-southeast. And if you take a ruler and draw a line, Ohio State is going to go to South Bend and take on Notre Dame. All right, here we go. Ohio State has the ball at their own 32, down by 3. That's a great job by them on 3rd and 9 to get that first down. They still have they don't have any other timeouts, so they got to kind of move the ball very quickly. Here we go, Sayan across the middle, gonna hit Jeremiah Smith. 2nd and 4, that doesn't stop the clock. That's not good for Ohio State. 22 seconds to go, Julian Sayan gonna sling the, oh my goodness, what a blown coverage. Ohio State is probably just gonna kick this field goal and tie it. We're headed to overtime. I cannot believe that just happened. He was wide open. No, they're not. They're gonna go for the win. Jeremiah Smith shakes off one. Ohio State falls to Notre Dame. They didn't try to go for the field goal. What are they doing? Next up, we get to see Texas. And because they're going to the Northwest, they're going to take on Texas Tech. This was a game we all wanted to see after the comments made by Steve Sarkisian. We're going to get to see it here. The battle for the Chancellor Spurs. A rivalry game that we all want to be renewed. This would be unreal. Here we go. Texas has the ball. All 3 timeouts at the 42. They need a touchdown to tie this game. Arch across, dropped. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 3rd and 5. Arch steps back. Gonna sling it outside. Yep, and they're gonna get the first down and call their first time out there. Here we go. Arch again is gonna look to sling it. Just hit his running back out of the backfield. Why is Texas not calling the second time out? Oh my goodness. 11 seconds to go. They did call their timeout, but they called it really late for some reason. Running back in the backfield. Motions out on a wheel route. They're going to get the first down and then some. They're going to call their final timeout. 6 seconds to go. They pretty much only have 1 play left to try and tie this game. Here we go. Arch slings it up, and it's knocked down. Texas Tech takes down Texas. Next up, we have South Florida. They're going to go to the Southwest, and they're going to take on Miami. Here we go. South Florida about to get the ball back. And they're going to have to go about, they only need a field goal to win this game. So if they can go 40-ish yards, maybe 50 yards, 45, they're going to be in field goal range. Going to run the slant. They're going to get the first down and then some. USF has all 3 timeouts. They're at the 33. That was a great start to this drive. Here we go. 24 seconds to go. They're kind of taking their sweet-ass time here. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness. He absolutely unloads. 16 seconds to go. This is looking like an overtime game. Here we go. Got to let it go. It's another shot down the field. It's picked off. If it was on time, on target, it was obviously very behind. That's a touchdown. So we're going to go to overtime. Miami scored on the first play in overtime, so South Florida's going to have to respond. Here comes South Florida, first play in overtime. Going to have to roll out and get the first down on the ground. This is an incredible play. All the way inside the 10 in 1 play. All right, here we go again. Oh, it's going to be a blitz. He's going to have to take off, and he's going to get sacked by Ahmad Moat. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal at the 13. Another blitz. Going to sling it out to the little check down route. 3rd and goal at the 5. Michael Van Buren's been playing good football. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. Michael Van Buren doesn't really have... Oh, he does have someone back in the end zone. We're headed to double overtime. Here we go again. South Florida starts this double overtime with the ball. Gonna go on the ground this time, get a couple yards. Here we go. Gonna go to the ground again. I don't really understand if this is the move. They're really not going anywhere. 3rd down. They're going to the ground again. What the hell is South Florida doing? Kick is up. It's a 41-yard shot, and it's good. Miami, a touchdown, wins the game. All right, here we go. Darian Mensah hits the screen. He should have probably cut it back or taken a wider angle. Could have been much better. Here we go again. Mensah steps back, just going to take the slant. And we're already inside the 8. Miami is really moving the ball effectively here. Here we go. Slant again. Miami scores, and they take down South Florida. All right, we're going to get our first look at Appalachian State. They're going to go to the Northwest, and they're going to take on Tennessee. I lied. It's not our first look at them, but first look in a while. Here we go. Tennessee is moving the ball. They're inside the 35. They only need a field goal to win this game and survive the App State upset. All right, here we go. He's going to sling it across. That was a terrible throw by the quarterback of Tennessee. Here we go. 52 seconds. 2nd and 10. App State only brings 4. Gonna just hit this little hitch route. Yep, and they're gonna get upfield and stay in bounds to force a timeout. Gonna go handoff here on 3rd and 2, and they are gonna get it and force App State to call another timeout. That's kind of a risky play right on the draw there. Here we go. A slant route again to call their final timeout for App State. Gonna go handoff here, and they're gonna get the... Oh, no, I spoke too soon. 3rd and in. They kicked it, and it's good. Tennessee holds on and takes down App State. Next up, we got our first look at Arizona, who's going to be going south, but because they're more east than west, they're going to take on UTEP, and whoever has this is going to have a lot of land. All right, here we go. Nova steps back. Arizona down by 7 here on the road in El Paso. This is kind of a shocking result. I didn't expect UTEP to really put up much of a fight, but they're winning the game. They're going to go handoff here, just try to get the first down. They're going to get it, and then some. They're across midfield. Arizona calls their second timeout, 46 yards to go, 51 seconds to go. Here we go. Fafita, empty backfield, 3-man rush. Just going to take this and then get the first down. 46 seconds to go. They still have 1 timeout. They're not going to use it here. Here we go. For 40 seconds to go. Looks like he's going to step up and throw it across the middle. They're inside the red zone at the 15-yard line. Arizona calls their final timeout. They're moving the ball really effectively. 30 seconds to go. I wonder if Arizona can pull this off. Fafita in the backfield. Gonna step up. He's got to get rid of it. He's gonna sling it out wide, and it is knocked away. That's actually kind of the best case scenario. Here we go. If it doesn't have much time, lets it ride. That was tipped at the line, or tipped at the outline. I only got 2 more chances to get this. He's gonna get out of there. He's gonna get sacked. He throws it, airmails it. One play is gonna decide this game. Here we go. Fafita, 4th and 10, 10 seconds to go. Slings it. Oh my goodness. What a catch. 1st and goal at the 1. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to get this play off. I cannot believe this. It was an incredible catch, but was just a yard short. And UTEP, because of that, is going to hold on and win this game. We're going to get to see Notre Dame again, and they're going to go to the east. And because of the way it's angled, that's going to put Notre Dame against Eastern Michigan. So it's going to be a tough task for the people up in Ypsilanti. In another shocking turn of events, we're seeing this Notre Dame team struggle here in Ypsilanti against Eastern Michigan. They have the ball at their 30. CJ Carr, they need a touchdown to try and even tie this game. Carr is going to get the first down here, but the Irish are going to call their first timeout. This is not a good look for Notre Dame. Here we go again, another handoff, and Notre Dame's going to get this first down on the ground. They're going to call their second timeout. Aeneas Williams had a great run there, but we'll see what happens. Again, Carr across the middle. They're going to not get the first down because of the fact that he had to come back to the ball. 2nd and inches. This clock is ticking, but they are moving the ball pretty effectively. There we go. Carr's going to step back, sling it across the middle, and it's going to be dropped 3rd inches. They got to go 41 yards in 20 seconds. They got to move. All right, here we go. Carr steps back. He's going to uncork it down the middle of the field, and it's knocked away. If they don't get this first down, the game is over. Oh, he just slings out to get the first down. They did bring blitz. They went play action there. They're going to call a final timeout, 30 seconds to, or 30 yards with 11 seconds to go. Here we go. Carr, they're going to bring a blitz. Floats it up. Going to get the first down, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to get another playoff. I think Eastern Michigan is going to take out Notre Dame. 2-1, and they have done it. The Great Turf Eastern Michigan football team, the Eagles, have taken down Notre Dame. What an upset. Next up, we're going to get to see Virginia. And because they're going pretty much directly west, they're going to take on James Madison because they're going a little bit more south. It's going to be an interesting game. All right, here we go. Virginia has a 7-point lead. Or not Anthony Calandria. Arrington Maiden is leading this James Madison team. They're at the 45. They have to go the full length of the field. They don't have any timeouts left, I don't believe, unless I'm just reading this wrong. This team has to score quickly if they want to beat Virginia. They got to go 55 yards in 30 seconds. They got to move quickly. Only a 4-man rush from Virginia. Arrington Maiden is going to step up and get sacked. This is just not a good look for the James Madison Dukes. 15 seconds to go. If this is going to happen, it's going to be a miracle for James Madison. And they called the timeout. Dude, they wasted so much time. What is the CPU doing? Arrington Maiden going to step back, sling it across the middle. He's going to, nope, he's going to knock it out. 4th and 12 comes down to 1 play. Here we go again. Arrington Maiden going to absolutely uncork one, and it's not going to get caught. Virginia comes into Harrisburg and no, not Harrisburg. I don't know where James Madison is. I feel like Harrisburg was right, though. And takes down the Dukes. All right, next up, we're going to see Houston. And because they're going to the northeast, at Louisiana. So we're going to get to see the Raging Cajuns for the first time in this video. All right, here we go. Houston has the ball tied with Louisiana. That's a great spin move to get the first down. Houston calls their first timeout. We haven't had a score yet, so a field goal here would win the game for the Cougars. They're almost at midfield as it is, so they're in a really good spot. Weigman steps back. He's going to look to sling it on the slant, and that's going to get knocked out. 2nd and 10. Here we go. They're going to go handoff here on 2nd down, and they're actually going to get a nice 8 yards. Mekhi Hughes, they're going to call a timeout. 3rd and 2. They really need this first down or else they're going to have to punt this ball. Weigman steps back. He's going to sling it on the slant, and they're going to get it. And because of that, Louisiana is going to have to start calling their timeouts. Weigman again, going to hit the slant. They're almost inside the red zone. Louisiana has to call timeouts. I'm kind of shocked that Houston's throwing the ball instead of running it. But, hey, it's working. They're going to hand off now, and they're going to get a huge run on this play. That's another 7-ish yards, and they're going to force Louisiana to call their final timeout. This is probably the final play before the kick, and so this could be it. Here we go. One more handoff. Not going to get the first down. Going to be 3rd and inches. Look for Houston to milk this clock all the way down and kick the field goal as time expires. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Houston comes in to Lafayette and takes down Louisiana. Next up, we get to see Southern Miss for the first time. And they're going to be heading pretty much directly north, which means they're going to take on Alabama. Holy fucking shit, Alabama just caught a Hail Mary in this game to score. Not to win, just to score. Look at, I want to watch the replay with you guys. Here we go. Look at this. RJ Rogers just caught a literal Hail Mary from Austin Mack to give them the lead going into the half over Southern Miss. I usually don't stop this until the 4th quarter. We haven't seen it yet. So Southern Miss has the ball at their own 36, down by a touchdown. They're going to have to make something shake here if they want to win this game. They're going to have to score. They have all 3 timeouts. They're going to go play action here. I wonder where they're going to look. They're looking down the field. That was a great throw and catch. 1st and 10. Jalen Hines, great catch holding onto that ball. Here we go. Oh, he's going to get sacked. That's a bad sack. Kendrick Bigley-Jones. That's huge. And he's going to take their second timeout. Southern Miss, 2nd and 17. Back almost at the 5th. Going to go out to the flat. They're going to probably have to call their... No, they're not going to call their timeout. They're going to leave it. 3rd and 16. Only getting 1 yard. That play is crazy. Here we go. He's going to... I don't know what he's going to do. It's going to come down to 1 play for Southern Miss. This Alabama front 7 is really getting after their quarterback. Here we go. 4-man rush. Going to get sacked, and that's going to do it. Alabama is going to defend home field and take down Southern Miss. Next up, we're going to get to see Akron, and because they're going to the northwest, they're actually going to hit West Virginia because West Virginia has the territory directly above them and a little bit to the west. It's going to be a tough game for Akron. All right, Akron and West Virginia tied here. West Virginia has the ball just at about midfield. If they don't get this 3rd down, it's going to give the ball back. Oh my goodness, what a throw. And it's dropped. Akron's going to have a chance to win this game in regulation, assuming West Virginia does not go for it here on 4th down. All right, Akron going to go a little screen play here, and it goes absolutely nowhere. And they're not going to call timeout. This is interesting because this team, I think they're going to look to just take it to overtime and see if they can win it there. Akron's going to start this overtime off with the ball. They're going to go on the ground here and get a couple yards. Going to go, again, handoff, and this time they're going to get a huge run, get a nice little 12 yards. Get down to the 11. Again, gonna go to the ground. Great blocking on the outside, inside the 5. Akron's ground game has been really effective so far. 2nd and 3. Go jet touch pass. Oh, fake jet touch pass. Inside zone. Akron is at the 1. They have 4 plays to score a touchdown. And Akron waltzes in. So now West Virginia has to score a touchdown to stay alive and send it to double overtime. Michael Hawkins going to take off, and he's going to get a great 5-6 yards on that first play. Here we go. Hawkins just going to hit the little check down hitch, and they're going to get the 1st down now. All right, here we go again. Michael Hawkins going to sit back in the pocket. Going to sling it across the middle, and West Virginia scores super quickly. And now we're going to see what Akron and West Virginia do in double overtime. West Virginia starts this 2nd overtime on the ground. What a juke move, and they're already at the 10, 11, excuse me. Holy shit, what a good run. Going to go on the ground again, and they're going to get a nice 6 yards. They're moving the ball so well. Going to go handoff again, and West Virginia scores. Now they have to go for 2, so this is going to be very interesting to see if they can get it. Hawkins is going to step up, and he's going to get sacked, and they're not going to get the 2-point conversion. Now, if Akron can do that and get the 2-point conversion, they're going to come in here and win this game. Akron's quarterback's going to sling it out, and it's going to be knocked away 3rd and 4. All right, Akron's quarterback's going to get sacked. It is now going to be 4th and 15. They need this to stay alive. It's going to come down to 1 play for Akron here. Only a 4-man rush from West Virginia. Oh, he's going to have to let it go. He lets it go in the corner of the end zone. And it was caught and then knocked away. West Virginia is going to hold on to win this game. Next up, we're going to get to see UConn. And because they're going directly west, they're going to take on Rutgers. All right, here we go in the 4th quarter. UConn has the ball out midfield. Tie game with Rutgers. If they can get into field goal range, they can win this game on a walk-off here in Piscataway. Gonna go to the fake, or they're gonna go play action, excuse me. Gonna sling it out wide, and the ball is... What an interception. Oh my goodness, Rutgers has flipped this game on its head. Gonna go a little speed option to the outside. Oh my goodness, this is a touchdown. Rutgers is about to take the lead in 1 play after turning the ball over. What an incredible play on the speed option. Okay, UConn has to go now. Gonna sling it downfield. Oh my god, UConn... Drop. That would have been a huge play. It would have been taking them to midfield. UConn gonna... Oh, he's got to let it go. He threw an absolute duck. 3rd and 10. Time is running out. Oh my goodness. Rutgers sack UConn. 4th and 19. This game is over. Right, here we go. He's going to sling it down the middle. He almost caught that and was off the races. Rutgers is going to win this game. Next up, we get UTEP. They're going to be going to the southwest, which technically means they're going to go down and down and down and have to take on Texas Tech. There's going to be a tough game for the Miners. All right, here we go. UTEP, Texas Tech tied. I'm kind of shocked, but they're going to go a little RPO action. UTEP's going to get this ball to about midfield. If they can get a field goal, they're going to walk out of Lubbock with a win here. Here we go. Oh, Texas Tech, or UTEP's quarterback's going to sling it out wide on the little slant, or on the little comeback route. All their second time out just past midfield. They do have 50 seconds, so they're close to being in field goal range already. Here we go. Just going to sling it out wide. Going to go nowhere. That is not a good play call. Here we go. Oh my goodness. What the hell is UTEP's quarterback doing? What is going on? They were in the position to win this game and now they're choking it away. Here we go. 4-man, he gotta let it go. Oh my goodness. We're gonna go to overtime because UTEP couldn't move the ball. All right, so we're here in overtime. UTEP had a nice run to start this, but they really fumbled at the end of regulation. 2nd and 5, we're gonna go to handoff again, and Texas Tech's defense is everywhere. They're doing a lot of stuff on the ground, and it really isn't going anywhere. And again, they're gonna have to kick a field goal. Texas Tech's gonna win this with a touchdown. Kick is up. kick is, I think it went off the fucking upright, but it's good. Texas Tech needs the touchdown, and they're going to win this game. Will Hammond slides down, gets 6 yards on the QB run. Going to go handoff again. Going to get down to 3rd and 1. Cameron Dickey, great run there. If they don't get this first down here, though, we're going to look to go to double overtime. Hammond hits the dude. What are we doing in this game? Texas Tech going to go for the field goal. Yeah, that makes sense. We're headed to double overtime. Here we go. Oh my good. No, they got a roughing the kicker call. Texas Tech is going to have 4 more downs to try and win this game. Gonna go. Oh my goodness. Wait, they didn't accept the penalty. They just declined it and took the field goal. What is Texas Tech doing? Oh my goodness, Texas Tech, great run game there, and they're gonna run in for the touchdown. Now they have to go for 2, so we'll see what happens here. Here we go. They're gonna go handoff outside, and they're not gonna get it. So a UTEP touchdown and 2-point conversion would win them the game. Here we go. UTEP slings it across the middle, and they're going to get the first down on the first play. That's a great start to this drive. Going to let it rip outside. Oh my God. UTEP is going to score here probably. They're moving the ball really effectively. RPO action, and UTEP scores. Now, if they get the 2-point conversion here, they're going to win this game. Here we go. They're going to go handoff, and it's going to go fucking nowhere. We're going to triple overtime here. Here we go. UTEP, they're not going to get it. I cannot believe they didn't pitch that ball. That was dumb as hell. That's a touchdown if they pitch it. Here we go. Texas Tech Hammond, and Texas Tech is going to survive and take down UTEP. Next up, we're going to see Coastal Carolina, and they're going to be going to the northwest, which means they're going to take on Tennessee, and Tennessee is going to hold down and take down Coastal Carolina. All right, next up, we get to see NC State, and because they're going to go southeast, they're going to take on Tennessee as well, so we're going to see Tennessee back-to-back. All right, here we go. Tennessee has the ball 3rd and 9, almost at midfield, but North Carolina State get a stop here. That'd be huge. Gonna sling it down the sideline, and that's gonna be, oh my goodness, he's gonna stay on his feet. It's a foot race. He's not gonna win it, but that is actually perfect. Redarius Jackson, that was an incredible play, and because of that, they're gonna be in a good spot to not only score, but win the game as time expires. Gotta go handoff, of course. They're gonna get sacked in the backfield. Just gonna try to get NC State to call their timeouts. Tennessee is playing for the field goal to win this game at home. Gonna go handoff again, and this time he's gonna score untouched. North Carolina State will get the ball back with, I believe, 1 timeout and about 40 seconds to go, so they're going to have some time. This game's not over yet. They're going to get 5 yards in that first play, but the clock is going to tick. They're not going to call their timeout. They're probably going to waste up like 10 seconds here, and this is not looking good for the Wolfpack and CJ Bailey. Here we go. CJ Bailey just going to hit the slant. He's going to get the first, the clock will stop, but they're going to call their final timeout. 15 seconds to go. This does not look good for the Wolfpack. All right, here we go. Wolfpack. CJ Bailey's going to have to sling it. Got to let it go now. Do you see a flag? Is it pass interference? So 10 seconds to go. They're about midfield. They probably have time for 1-2 more plays top. Bailey's going to step up and absolutely launch. Wow, that was a terrible throw, and it was caught and then knocked out. Oh my goodness. So it's going to come down to 1 play for NC State. Going to come down to 1 play. Bailey going to launch it deep. Oh my goodness. It seems like we got another pass interference call. Here we go. Going to come down to 1 play again. CJ Bailey launches it deep. Picked off. Tennessee holds on. Next up, we get to see Nevada for the first time. And they're going to be heading pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on Texas Tech. And the winner of this will easily control the most amount of land on the map. And just like that, Texas Tech is going to take care of business and take down Nevada. All right, next we got Arizona State. And they're going to be going to the northeast, which means they're going to be taking on Utah. This is what the map looks like right now, and we're down to the top 50. We still haven't even seen some teams like Georgia play, and they're one of the best teams in the country. Here we go in the 4th quarter. Utah backed up on 3rd and 36. This Arizona State defense has been dominant, and I don't really know what they're going to do. This looks like Arizona State's going to have a chance to come in and win this game, and they're going to get sacked a 4th straight time. Holy shit. Arizona's going to have a great field position if they can get a decent punt return. So they're going to have 43 seconds and 2 timeouts to go. What, like 27 yards-ish? Cutter Bowley's going to step back, sling it across the middle. That should have been picked off. Bowley's going to step back and sling it across the middle. This time it's going to be caught. So now if they can get, I would say, 10 more yards, it's probably a makeable field goal here. Still have 1 timeout, so this is a good spot for Arizona State to be in. Going to step back and sling it across the middle, and Arizona State is officially in field goal range. Arizona State for the win here in Salt Lake City, and it's going to be hit. They're going to come in and take down Utah. What a big win. And this is what the map looks like now. Arizona State now has the most amount of land on the map. They have a lot. They're a big target out west. All right, next up we have Tennessee, and because they're going directly east, they're going to be taking on Virginia. And the winner of this is going to get rid of that orange abomination right there. All right, here we go. Virginia has the ball down by 7 against Tennessee. 3rd and 6, but they have to go the length of the field with 30 seconds to go. They're not moving the ball. They have all 3 timeouts. I don't know what they're doing. Landry is going to step back. He's going to step up, and he's going to hit. That should have been picked off. Here we go. 23 seconds, 4th and 6. They don't get the first down. The game is over. Gonna get the first down on that play. Go their first time. I don't know what they're saving them for. Gonna be a great drop. That was almost so good for Virginia. 2nd and 10. Gonna take a step back, step up in the pocket. Gonna unload to the sideline. That is a great play. Oh, it's not Anthony Calandri. I'm thinking of Bo Pribula. Excuse me. Former Penn State quarterback and former Missouri quarterback. One final play. picked off by Tennessee, and the Volunteers are going to win this game. Next up, we get to see Cal again, and they're going to be going to the north, which means they're going to take on Washington. This is going to be the first time we're seeing the Washington Huskies. We're within the top 50 already. All right, here we go. Washington and Cal in a deadlock here. Cal has the ball just past midfield. They're going to throw a bomb here on 1st and 10, and it's caught. Cal took the top off the defense and has a 7-point lead here up in Washington. Here comes Demond Williams. Got to lead the Huskies all the way down the field. Good start there to get the first down, though. Here we go. Demond Williams slings it to the corner. Overthrown. That would have been a great throw. Cal's just giving up a lot of these underneath routes. They are almost at midfield, but they only have one timeout and 20 seconds to go, so Washington has to start hitting on some of the chunk plays. Here we go. Just going to, again, take the underneath route, and they're going to have to call their final timeout. Here we go. Demond Williams going to step up. Just gonna get the first down, but that might be it. And Cal's gonna win because of that. Here we go. We're gonna see Louisiana Tech for the first time. And because they're going to the southeast, they're just gonna take on ULM. And this is a massive rivalry game, so it's gonna be a good game here. All right, here we go. Louisiana Tech has the ball. They're at their own 20, but this is a no-score game, and so we might have a chance to go to overtime in another game. Gonna sling it out in the flat and go, oh, that was a great job breaking that tackle, getting 9 yards out of that. Here we go, 46 seconds to go. He's gonna have to sling it out wide. That's a interesting. He caught that ball. What a great catch. They're not moving the ball down the field enough, but they are moving it pretty effectively. If they can get to the 40, they have a shot. 4-man rush from UL Monroe. He's going to sling it out in the flat. They do have 2 timeouts, and they're not going to call one here. I'm kind of shocked, but they're in hurry up. This is the first team I've seen in hurry up this entire video. And I didn't change any settings. I've left everything the same, so I'm kind of shocked that they're finally starting to do hurry up offense. Going to step up in the pocket. He's going to get sacked. They're going to have to call their second timeout there. That was not a good play. That's going to be caught there at midfield. They're going to call their final timeout. Oh, ULM brings a blitz. Got it off in time. So they have 9 seconds to go. He's going to take a shot. He's got to let it ride. It's just going to be a jump ball, and it's knocked away. It's going to come down to a Hail Mary. Here we go. A slingshot down the middle. Deflected. We're headed to overtime. Louisiana Tech's going to start with this drive on the ground. They're going to get 9 yards. That was a great run. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. They're moving the ball really effectively on the ground here. Excuse me. Going to keep it on the ground. Shifting around. Getting a yard. Louisiana Tech is moving the ball. Going to go a little counter action, and they're going to march in. ULM Monroe has to do it. All right, here comes UL Monroe. We're going to see what the Warhawks can do. They're going to sling it out wide, and they're going to score in one play. They're going to score in literally one play. We're headed to double overtime. All right, ULM, can they score on the first play again? No, but they're going to get a great, nice little 7 yards, 8 yards on that play. Going to go jet touch pass, and they're going to get 2 yards on that play. Okay, not a bad start. Going to go hand off and go nowhere. This Louisiana Tech defense has done a great job so far. The kick is up for UL Monroe, and it is good. Louisiana Tech touchdown wins them this game. Nick Baker's going to step back. He's got to get rid of the ball. Hits it. And they're going to get something on it, so that's not a bad start. All right, going to hand the ball off and get a couple yards on that play. Here we go. Going to go hand off here, and they're not going to get it either. We're going to head to triple overtime. Baker slings it. Knocked away. UL Monroe can win it right here. We go hand off, and it's going to go nowhere. We're headed to quadruple overtime. Fake handoff, play action, slings it out. Louisiana Tech can win it right here. Blake Baker slings it across the middle. He's going to break the tackle. Louisiana Tech is going to come in and take down UL Monroe. Next up, we get to see North Texas, and because they're going to go to the Northwest, they're going to take on Texas Tech, so this is going to be a good game. The arrow was just far enough down instead of up to have that be the matchup. All right, here we go. This is a good game. North Texas is in this battle against Texas Tech. They have all 3 timeouts in 15 seconds. I don't understand the CPU's timeout usage. They're just, if they don't get down inside field goal range in this play, this game's going overtime. This is just unreal mismanagement by North Texas. I mean, this is a 61-yard field goal for Taven Jackson. Yeah, I mean, what they need to do is they need to run like a slant, get like 10 yards in 3 seconds, and then call a timeout and try to kick a game-winning field goal. That'll be right now, and they're just gonna go, oh, yep. They mismanaged that clock so bad. The CPU is so terrible in these situations. Texas Tech puts the ball on the ground, and they get immediately a 10-yard run. That's a great start. Here we go, another run play, and this Texas Tech team is dominating North Texas on the ground. Oh my goodness. Here we go. They're in goal line. Can Texas Tech punch it in right here? Gonna hand it off, and they are gonna punch it in. So North Texas needs a touchdown to send this game to double overtime. Here we go. What does North Texas have in store? Quarterback's gonna get flushed. Gonna get it out of bounds, so there's no sack there, but second down. Gonna throw it out to the flat route. 3rd and 3. All right, he's gonna sling it out to the running back. North Texas is gonna get inside the 5. Jaheim White, 5th catch of the day out of the backfield. Here we go. Gonna sling it across the middle, and North Texas is sending this game to double overtime. Here we go. Slings it across the middle. North Texas drops the ball there. Gonna go handoff here on 2nd down and get absolutely nowhere. 3rd and 8. This is looking good for the Texas Tech Red Raiders defense. Gonna go handoff here on 3rd down, and they're not gonna get it. So this is gonna put Texas Tech in a great spot. North Texas got to kick a field goal here, and then Texas Tech, if they can get a touchdown, they're going to win this game. The kick is up for North Texas, and it's good. So Texas Tech needs a field goal to tie, but a touchdown wins in this game. In one play, Texas Tech is inside the 10. So they're in a really good spot. Here we go. Will Hammond's going to step back. He's going to step up in the pocket. He has all the time in the world. He's going to sling it to the back of the end zone, and Texas Tech defends Lubbock and wins this game. Next up, we get to see North Dakota State for the first time in this video, and they're going to be going pretty much directly east, which means they're going to take on Wisconsin. So it's a tough team for them to play to start this video off. And North Dakota State's actually going to come in to Madison and take down Wisconsin. What a big upset for the Bison. Next up, we're going to get our first look at Georgia. And because they're going pretty much directly south, they're going to take on South Carolina in an SEC matchup. And this is a rivalry game, so it's going to be a good one. All right, here we go. And we're getting a look at this Georgia team. They're down by 3, but they're in field goal range. So now South Carolina just trying to kill this clock and keep them away from the end zone. Gunnar Stockton slings it, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Georgia still has 2 timeouts. So I wonder how aggressive Georgia is. Here we go, 38 seconds to go. Gunnar Stockton. Oh, blitz. Across the middle. Dropped. 2nd and goal. Here we go again. 2nd and goal. Gunnar Stockton. Gonna sit back and sling it. And it's caught. It's knocked out again. Oh my goodness. Georgia's receivers cannot hold on to the ball. They're gonna go handoff here on 3rd and goal. Down to the 1. Are they going to go for this? Or are we going to get... Oh, my God. Dude, they're not going to go for this. And they're going to come out in field goal. That is so weak. Oh, my goodness. Georgia had a chance to win. And they're just going to play for this play safe, play for overtime. Assuming he makes this, which he will, we're going to overtime. I just realized I was muted. I don't know how long I've been muted for. South Carolina is down to their 4th and 15. They should have been picked off just now. Georgia scored. Again, I don't know how long I've been muted for. So here we go. Lenore Sellers, 4th and 15. Gonna step up, sling it to... Oh my goodness, it's caught. We get a reset of the downs. Holy shit. Sellers is gonna step back, step up, sling it, touchdown. We're going to double overtime. Here we go. Gonna go fake touch pass inside zone. South Carolina inside the 15 already. We're gonna go read option. Lenore Sellers. He has the speed. Can he make a man miss? He fumbled it. Georgia picked up the ball. Lenore Sellers fumbled on the 1-yard line. And Georgia has it. Oh my goodness. Georgia is just going to run the ball 3 times and then, assuming they don't fumble, kick a field goal. Oh my goodness. I thought Lenore Sellers had a touchdown. That's so heartbreaking for Georgia or for South Carolina. Going to go handoff again. And this time they're going to get nice 6 yards on this play. This sucks for South. Dude, I'm just like, you feel for South Carolina. Gonna go handoff again. They're not gonna get the 1st down, so it's going to be a 35-yard field goal to either send South Carolina home or send the game to triple overtime. This is for the game. Georgia, kick is up. It's good. They come into South Carolina and take down the Gamecocks. That is a brutal loss. Next up, we get to see Rutgers again. And because they're going to the Northeast, they're going to take on UMass in a battle of gray abominations. There's a lot of gray on this map. Indiana, Miami of Ohio, Eastern, Rutgers, Troy down there in Alabama, UMass, and finally, we're going to get rid of one of them. Here we go. UMass down by a touchdown, driving. They're inside the 40 now. They have 2 timeouts left. That's a great start to this drive. Going to step up in the pocket, sling it across the middle. Going to be caught, and then he's going to make a man miss. 22 yards to go. They have 45 seconds and 1 timeout. UMass is marching pretty quickly right here. Here we go. He's going to step up. He's going to take off. That's a good run. He's going to get it inside the 10. Oh my goodness. This quarterback is moving. William Watson, I am not familiar with your game. 1st and goal at the 6. Empty backfield. Looks like Rutgers is going to bring some pressure here. They are in man coverage. Yep, they're bringing a blitz. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. Can't get sacked. That's perfect. William Watson going to step up. He's going to take off. Not going to make a man miss. 2nd and goal now. 3rd and goal at the 4. UMass is out of timeouts, so they really can't afford a sack here. William Watson trying to scramble. Just able to get it off in time. It comes down to 1 play. Going to step up. Oh my God, he's going to get there. He's going to run it in for a touchdown. We are going to overtime. Oh my goodness. UMass is going for 2. This looks like handoff here. Fake jet. Yep, fake jet. Handoff. Not going to get it. Rutgers holds on. Oh my God, I can't believe they went for 2. All right, next up is Texas A&M. And because they're going to be going to the Northwest, we're going to get Texas A&M versus Texas Tech. Another old Big 12 showdown. All right, here we go. Texas Tech is actually holding their own, winning this game against Texas A&M. We have a foul here in the 4th quarter. Looks like it's roughing the passer against Texas Tech. And so Texas A&M is already in field goal range. And so this is not looking good for the Red Raiders. Marcel Reed going to go with a draw play here, and they're going to get a first down and then some inside the 10. They call their second timeout. Texas A&M might score a touchdown to win this game. Marcel Reed steps back, going to sling it, and they're going to score. Texas A&M is now winning by 4. Texas Tech is going to have to go the length of field. All right, here we go. Will Hammond and the Red Raiders need a touchdown in 30 seconds. They do have all 3 timeouts, but they got to get moved. Hammond's going to step up, and he's going to have nowhere to go. He's going to get sacked. That is terrible. I don't know why they're not calling timeouts. I don't understand. They're going to save them for overtime, I guess. Here we go. Hammond slings it up the seam. Got to call their first timeout, but they got to go 76 yards in 8 seconds. This just doesn't look good. Here we go. Hammond steps back, steps up, slings it downfield. It's PI, but it's picked. I have a feeling that means that we're going to get another play. Hammond's going to step up, and he's going to sling it again. And this one picked off again. So Texas A&M is going to come in to Lubbock and win this game. Next up, we get to see West Virginia. And because they're going to the Southwest, excuse me, they're going to take on Virginia Tech. The battle for the Black Diamond. This one's going to be good. All right, here we go. 4th quarter starts. West Virginia has the ball down by 7. They're going to move the ball really effectively here on that first down run. Call their first timeout. 55 seconds to go. They're across midfield. Oh my goodness. They're going to go outside, and they're not going to get anywhere. 3rd and 1. Michael Hawkins steps up. He's got to get rid of the ball. He's going to get the first down. They are going to get the first down. I think they get out of bounds here. 27 seconds to go. They got to go 44 yards. They're kind of stalling out right now. Here we go. Michael Hawkins steps back. He does have his, yep, there we go. That's a great route and a great run. They're going to call their second timeout. 21 seconds to go, 21 yards. That is a great play right there. He steps up. He's going to sling it. Great job by Michael Hawkins there. Called their final timeout. They made it look like he was going to run, and then as soon as the defenders engaged, he slung it. 4 yards in 13 seconds. Everything has to be in the end zone, or it has to be... They're going handoff. No. West Virginia's going to lose. They're not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. This is what the map looks like at the top 40. There are still some teams we have not seen, like a Florida State, like a Boston College, like a Penn State, like a Louisville. We haven't seen a decent amount of these teams, or Washington State, but there are still some teams that we have national championship teams in here. You know, we have a Texas A&M. We have a team that was in the playoffs in Oklahoma and Alabama. We have an Indiana who won the national championship last year. We have Georgia. We got a lot of good teams, a lot of teams in the South that are still available. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. We're going to get to see North Dakota State again, but because they're going to the Northwest, they're actually just going to land grab Montana here. We've only had a couple of those in this video, and there's still a chance we have a couple more, but it'll be interesting to see who is up next. It looks like it's going to be Tennessee, who's going to go to the Southeast and take on Georgia. This is another big rivalry game. This should be a good one, folks. And Georgia is going to defend home field and take down Tennessee. Next up, we get Louisiana Tech, and they're going to head pretty much directly south, which means they're going to take on Houston. All right, Louisiana Tech actually tied with Houston. They have the ball at the 46. If they can get a field goal, they can win this game, but Houston's defense is standing strong so far. But again, if they can get another 15 yards, this game is over. Going to go RPO, and that went a couple yards, but it didn't really go anywhere. Again, right now it's a 60-yard field goal, so if Louisiana Tech isn't able to make this field goal, we are headed for overtime. But what a play by the Louisiana Tech quarterback. As soon as the defender engaged him, he threw it. That was an incredible play. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That timing was unreal. He definitely was, I thought he was cross line of scrimmage, but it was close. Gonna kick a game-winning field goal, or at least line up for Houston. Gonna call a timeout, try and ice the kicker, but it looks like Louisiana Tech is gonna come into Houston and take down the Cougars. This will be a massive upset. And it's good. Louisiana Tech does it. Next up, we get Eastern Michigan. They're gonna take on North Dakota State because they're going northeast. All right, here we go. Eastern Michigan actually holds a lead here over North Dakota State. This is kind of interesting. I'm a little shocked. And it looks like it doesn't really matter because they're gonna score a field goal here, assuming they don't turn the ball over. And they're going to ice this game. He just slid when he probably had another touchdown, but forced North Dakota State to use their timeouts. So, smart man. Going to go handoff, and Eastern Michigan is going to dominate North Dakota State. Next up, we get to see Troy for the first time in this video. And they're going to be going directly south, which means they're going to take on Florida State, another team we have not seen. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention. Florida State just scored a game, not winning, but a game-leading touchdown on a Deuce Robinson go route with 30 seconds to go. I don't know what I was doing. I was going to the bathroom or something. Troy's going to have 30 seconds to go the length of the field. I was literally went to the bathroom or something and came back and didn't realize how much time was left in the game. And now Florida State looks like they're going to defend Tallahassee and Doak Walker. Troy's going to have to get out of there. They're going to get nowhere. They're going to have to call their first time. They're not going to call their timeout. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're going to take them to overtime with them. or to the next game. But there is no next game, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just wasted 10 seconds to call a timeout. That's fucking crazy. Gonna get the first down, gonna call their second timeout, but there's only 7 seconds to go, 63 yards. This game is over. Here we go, Hail Mary time. 3 seconds to go. It's gonna be pass interference, so we're gonna get one more play, and it's knocked away, and Florida State wins. Next up, we get to see Alabama, and because they're going pretty much directly west, they're actually just gonna hit Louisiana Tech. So it's gonna be a tough game for L-Tech. All right, Louisiana Tech has the ball here on the other side of the 50. They might take down the Crimson Tide. This is an incredible game. Dude, this is unreal. I can't believe it. I just am in shock. And Alabama's going to call their final timeout. 3rd and inches. It's going to come down to a field goal here. From what, 25 yards? A chip shot to see if they can win this? Can Louisiana Tech probably pull up the biggest upset of this video? And they can. Oh my goodness. Next up, we get to see Ohio. Because they're going pretty much directly west, they're going to take on Eastern Michigan. And here we go. Eastern Michigan and Ohio tied in a deadlock game here at 0-0. But, if you're going to take a look at this, someone's on 31. That is Ohio driving here against Eastern. They're pretty much already in field goal range, so they're going to force Eastern to call their timeouts here. Ohio's actually going to dump this off. Oh my goodness, great call. They're going to get a first down and then some, and Eastern calls their first timeout. They're going to go handoff here, and they're going to get a couple yards, force another timeout. Going to motion a man across here, and they're going to go handoff again. Going to go nowhere, but again, just forcing Eastern to kill the clock and call the timeout. Going to go handoff again. 4th and 7. This is a 31-yard field goal to knock off Eastern. It's good. Ohio comes into Ypsilanti and takes down Eastern Michigan. Next up, we get to see Jacksonville State, and they're going to be going pretty much directly east, which means they're going to take on Georgia. All right, here we go. Jacksonville State down by a touchdown. Going to sling it across the middle, and it's going to be dropped. They have to go the length of field with no timeouts in 50 seconds. This is not going to be easy for the Gamecocks. All right, here we go. Gonna go again, play action, a little fake handoff. You gotta get out of there. Ooh, just throws it away. I'm lucky that wasn't picked. Gonna take off and gonna get the first down. The clock will stop. That's actually okay. 27 seconds to go. They got over 68 yards. Gonna sit back, let it go, and just get that ball out. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Georgia's D-line is really creating pressure, and this is so tough for Jacksonville State. You go 3rd and 10. Just going to sling. That's picked off. That's the ball game. I can't believe he threw that ball. Next up, we have Louisiana Tech again. And because they're going north-northwest, they're going to take on Arkansas. All right, here we go. Louisiana Tech has the ball down by 3. No timeouts. 50 seconds to go. They had to go at least 40 yards. And that is not a good start. Here we go. He's probably going to hit the slant. Oh, he's going to get sacked. That's a terrible decision. It looks like Arkansas is going to defend home field, defend Fayetteville, and win this game. All right, next up, we're going to see Virginia Tech. They're actually going to take on Louisville, and the loser of this game will not make the top 30. All right, here we go. Virginia Tech has the ball down by a touchdown to Louisville with no timeouts and a minute to go. Virginia Tech's quarterback is going to sling it. What a throw and catch down to 35. Going to sling it now down the middle, and it's knocked away. Not the worst thing, because the clock does stop, but that's still a tough break. And he got to go. He's going to get sacked. Oh, no. Antonio Watts might have just ended this game. 14 seconds to go. He's got to let it rip. Something's got to happen here. He's going to take off and throw it, and he gets hit as he throws, and so it's out of bounds. Got to let it rip. Here we go. Pass interference is possible. It just happened. It happens in damn near every one of these. The final play of the game, an absolute slingshot down the field, and it's knocked away. Louisville is going to take down Virginia Tech. This is what the map looks like with the top 30. There's still teams we haven't seen, like an Auburn, a Penn State, a Boston College. Still got a lot of high-level teams here too as well, like a Georgia, like an A&M, like an Indiana. All right, we get to see LSU for the first time in a while, and they're going to be going to the northeast, and they're going to take on Arkansas. The battle for the Golden Boot. Here we go, boys. And LSU is going to come into Fayetteville and dominate Arkansas. Next up, we get to see Miami, and because they're going west, but it's a little bit to the south, they're going to go like this, and then it's going to fall, and they're going to take on FIU. So the winner of this is going to have all of Florida. All right, Miami is tied here with Florida Atlantic. Darian Mensah's got to let it rip. They do have all 3 timeouts. They're going to call one there. They only need a field goal here to win this game. All right, going to go a little RPO, and they're going to get 1 yard. So that was a terrible play call. Mensah's going to step back. 3rd and 3. Going to scramble a little bit. He's going to get the first down. Oh, what is he doing? What the fuck did I just watch? Oh my goodness. He had the first down, ran back to throw some bullshit up, and now we're headed to overtime. In overtime, Miami's gonna get the ball first. They're gonna get 6 yards on this first down play. Mensa gonna hand it off, gonna get only a couple of yards on this play. Great defense by Florida Atlantic so far. 3rd and 2, heavy set personnel. This looks like another run play from Miami, and it's gonna be, and they're not gonna get it. So Florida Atlantic, if they can hold, or if they can score a touchdown, they're going to win this game. And it's good. So Florida Atlantic needs to at least score to tie. This game's ended double overtime, but a touchdown wins it. FAU's quarterback's getting out of bounds, just able to get it off in time. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 2nd and 10. It's going to be knocked out of the slant's hands. Down to 3rd and 10. We're looking like we're going to double overtime. Here we go. Going to go play action. Throws it down the middle. And we're going to get a field goal, and it's going to go to double overtime. And it's off the post! Oh my goodness, Miami wins! We're finally going to get Boston College. And because they're going to the south, a little bit to the southwest, they're going to take on Rutgers. All right, here we go. Rutgers and Boston College tied. 3rd and 10. This is feeling like an overtime game. Going to step up, and he's going to sling it across the middle. Rutgers is going to... Dude, what is this defense from Boston College? AJ Serace. They're in field goal range. There's a 48-yard field goal. Rutgers is probably going to win this game. 20 seconds to go. They're going to get another first down. Boston College is going to start having to take timeouts. I mean, like, I don't... Maybe they're going for the touchdown just to rub it in. Kick is up, and the kick is good. All right, next up, we get to see Georgia State for the first time. They're going to be going east, which means they're going to be taking Georgia on. 4th and 6. Here we go. Georgia State actually has the lead. I don't think they're going to get a stop here because there's so many people open, but Georgia needs a touchdown to win this game. Field goal does them no good. Georgia's going to back, or not Carson, back. Gunnar Stockton. Damn, like 2 years ago. 2nd and 10. Gunnar Stockton, pump fakes. Going to sling it out to the flat route. One-on-one tackle. It's going to be made 3rd and 9. Georgia still has 2 timeouts, so they can afford to take some checkdowns. Here we go. Looks like Gunnar Stockton's going to get out and throw it up. It's going to be a one-on-one, and it's going to be broken up 4th and 9. And this is for Georgia's season in the video. Perfect strike, and they're going to call their 2nd timeout. That was a great throw by Gunnar Stockton. They only have to go 5 more yards to win this game. Here we go. They have the flat route if they want it. Yeah, he's going to take it. They still have a timeout. They're going to lose a yard, actually. Excuse me. Here we go. Gunnar Stockton gets hit. It's going to come down to one play. It comes down to this. Gunnar Stockton is going to take off. He's going to get dragged down from behind. Georgia State's going to come into Athens and upset Georgia. All right, and the winner of this game will secure their spot in the top 25. We have Miami, and they're going west, but it's a little more south than west, so it actually literally doesn't matter. They're going to play Georgia State. All right, here we go. Georgia State has the ball down by a touchdown against Miami. Going to sling it across the middle. It's going to be wide open. Georgia State calls their first timeout. 2 timeouts to go. Kyle Washington with a great catch there. 55 seconds to go. They're already across midfield, so they're moving the ball really effectively. Here we go. He's going to sling it again. He had the slant. Going to throw it into the parking lot instead. Here we go. He's going to sling it. Going to be dropped. That's okay. 3rd and 10. You actually kind of prefer that. 3rd and 10. Going to step back. Only 3-man rush. He's not going to take off. That was actually a really good idea to draw the defenders and then get the ball out. Here we go again. 35 seconds to go. He's going to step up and get sacked. They're going to have to call their final timeout. And they're going to get sacked again. 3rd and 22. Georgia State is really falling apart right now. He's going to get sacked again, and Miami's going to come in and take down Georgia State. And this is what the map looks like at the top 25. Arizona State has a lot. Ohio has a lot. With Miami, Texas A&M, LSU, Rutgers. We still haven't seen teams like in Auburn this entire video. We still haven't seen USC or Washington State, and we're in the top 25. And the first team we get to see is Washington State. And if you look at the map, it does not matter, as they're going to go to a little to the west, and they're going to take on Cal. And Washington State is going to come into Berkeley and take down Cal. Next up, we get to see Ohio, and they're going to be going directly north, which means they're going to take on Louisville, because Louisville has taken over the land directly north of them. All right, here we go. Louisville's actually going to punt this ball back to Ohio, and Ohio's gonna have a chance to win this game in regulation with just a field goal. That was a hell of a punt, by the way. Gonna have to make a man miss, and he's gonna go, yeah, game is gonna go to overtime. There's no way Ohio scores a field goal in this drive. And we are officially headed to overtime. Here we go. Louisville at the 25-yard line. They just got a delay, or it was a false start. I thought they were gonna delay a game. Here we go. Gonna hand the ball to Isaac Brown, and he's gonna get 8 yards on the first play. That's a good start. Here we go. Gonna go handoff again, this time to the left side. They're not gonna get the first down, but still a good run. Okay, Isaac Brown gets the first down and drags them all the way to the 1. Gonna go handoff again, and Louisville is just really trying to pound it in on the ground, but Ohio's defense stands strong there. Here we go. Gonna go handoff again, and Isaac Brown gets in this time. Louisville takes a 7-point lead. Ohio's quarterback's gonna sling it. Oh my goodness, he had him wide open. Here we go. Gonna step back again. Gotta let it go. Gonna be, oh, he's not gonna lose the ball. It's gonna be out of bounds. 3rd and 1. That's a great catch by Andrew Metziger. 3rd and 1. This looks like a formation. Yeah, they're gonna bring up the blitz. I thought they were gonna run this ball. Gonna swing it out wide. It's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be roughing the passer on Louisville. It's gonna be a fresh set of downs for Ohio. I cannot believe this. Ohio's quarterback's gonna roll out, swing it, and it's gonna be knocked out. 2nd goal at the 8. He's gonna take off. He's going to take off and slide down 3rd and goal at the 4. They do need a touchdown, so they can't afford. They got to get to the end zone in 2 plays. Going to bring a blitz, and it's going to be a touchdown for Ohio. We're headed to double overtime. Here we go, double overtime. Wing T formation by Ohio. They're going to go on the ground and get, what is that, 3 yards? Not a bad start. Going to go another handoff. They're going to get the first down this time. Here we go. Going to go handoff again. Ohio's been moving the ball pretty effectively on the ground. Here we go. Going to go handoff again. There's no point in throwing the ball if they're just going to march like this on offense. Here we go. Going to go handoff again. And they're going to get in. Now, you have to go for 2 in double overtime. So if you don't get this, Louisville has a big chance to win this game. I wonder if they go handoff again. They're going to go speed option. And he couldn't get the pitch off. If he got the pitch off, they would have had 2. All right, Louisville, they need not only a touchdown, but they need the 2-point conversion to end this game. If not, we're going to triple overtime. Ohio brings a blitz. You got to get rid of it. Go route, one-on-one coverage. Knocked away. We go into 2nd down. 5-man rush this time. He's got to get out of there. Oh my God, Louisville's quarterback with the mobility, just able to get the ball off. He's not responding well to the pressure. Here we go again. 4-man rush. Going to sling it into the corner. Knocked away. If Louisville doesn't get the first down, they lose. It comes down to this. Louisville's chance to win the Imperialism is up to 1 play. Got to get the first down. Got to get out of there. Got to let it rip. Throws it. And it's caught! Louisville stays alive. Fresh set of downs. They need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to end this game, but the touchdown at least sends it to triple overtime. All right, here we go. What's going to happen here? Louisville quarterback going to step up and run. Doesn't have the speed, but does get down to the 5. 2nd and goal here. Okay, here we go. Man coverage going to throw it out to the flat. Going to lose a yard here. Louisville has 2 plays to get 6 yards. Ohio's bringing a blitz. He got to let it go. He throws it off the goalpost. It comes down to 1 play. Here we go. Ohio's going to bring a blitz. It's going to get picked up. He's going to throw it. Picked off. Ohio comes into Louisville and wins this game. My goodness. Next up, we're gonna get to see Air Force for the first time in this video, and because they're going to the Northeast, they're gonna be taking on Utah. They were almost surrounded by Utah, so it's gonna be a tough game for the Falcons. All right, Utah has the ball at the 36, tie game. It looks like if they can get a field goal, they're going to win this game, but there is a 53-yard field goal, so they still have to kind of move the ball. Air Force is not in the worst spots, but Utah only takes 1 play to win this game. Dampier is going to go handoff to Wayshawn Parker, and they're going to get a yard or 2. They're going to call a timeout here. Air Force is going to get the ball back, I think, assuming they don't get the first down, but it's going to be a very long and hard road for the Falcons, especially considering the offense they run. Going to go handoff again, Wayshawn Parker, and this time he's going to get inside the 25, and that might do it, folks. Air Force is going to try to ice the Utah kicker. We will see if it works. The kick is up, and it's good. Utah defends home field, knocks out Air Force. All right, next up we get to see Rutgers, and because they're going pretty much directly south, they're going to take on Delaware. It's the first time we've seen the Blue Hens in this video. Delaware has the ball almost at midfield, tie game here with Rutgers. Can the Blue Hens pull off a pretty massive upset? They're going to go outside on the ground. They're going to get a couple yards, but they really got to start moving this ball downfield if they want to win this game. All right, here we go. 35 seconds to go. They're going to have to start. They're going to go handoff here, and they're not going to call timeout. I wonder what the fuck Delaware's doing. Like, why are they just conceding overtime here? They have a chance to win this game. All right, 11 seconds to go. 3rd and 3. I'm really confused on what they're doing here. They're going to get sacked, and we're going to go to overtime. That was terrible clock management by Delaware. Here we go. Rutgers going to hand the ball off, and they're going to go nowhere here on this first down play. All right, here we go. Going to go underneath to the check down. Going to get a couple yards back, but this is looking like Rutgers makes a really big play here. We're looking like a field goal. Here we go. Gonna go handoff, and they're not gonna get it, so it's gonna be a field goal for Rutgers. Delaware's quarterback's gonna sling it underneath, get a nice 3-4 yards on the first play. They only need a field goal to send this game to double overtime, but a touchdown would eliminate Rutgers. And again, this is the first time we've seen Delaware, and it pays to be up in the Northeast because some of these locations are a lot more secluded. Delaware's gonna pick up the blitz, gonna sling it across the middle, and it's gonna be caught. First down and goal at the 8. Nick Minucci. That's a great throw. Gonna go handoff here on first down, and they're gonna get, a yard. I mean, I'm kind of surprised the running back ran straight at that DB. Gonna go handoff here, and they're gonna go nowhere. 3rd and goal at the 6. This looks like we're headed to double overtime. Here we go. Gonna sling it, and Delaware is gonna defend home field and knock out Rutgers. All right, for some reason, the gameplay didn't record the Air Force Arizona State game. Arizona State won. They took down Air Force and knocked them out. All right, next up we get to see LSU again, and the winner of this will secure their spot in the top 20. And LSU is going to be going to the Northeast, which means they're going to be taking on UAB. All right, here we go. It's the 4th quarter. LSU winning this game as we kind of expected, but UAB has the ball almost at midfield, and they only need a field goal to try and tie this game, send it to overtime. Last year we did this. We did a lot. It took me a lot longer to film these videos because there's no sim. But I like the chaos of the 1-minute quarters. UAB's quarterback going to sling it out to the flat, and they're going to get the first down and then some. That was a great spin move. They're going to call their first timeout. They're at midfield. I'd say 15 yards, and they're going to tie this game. Slings it out. Going to get another 5 yards. They're going to call another timeout. They got one left. Got to use it pretty judicially here. All right, going to step up. Going to sling it across the middle on an angle route, and UAB is in field goal range. This is a 44-yard field goal. This game, it looks like we're going overtime. 30 seconds to go. Can't get sacked. He gets sacked back at the 37. It's a 54-yard field goal now. UAB might be out of field goal range. Going to go play action. He's going to get sacked again. UAB is now out of field goal range. This is a 62-yard bomb. LSU has done all they could, and I think they might have to go Hail Mary here. And they couldn't even get another playoff. LSU comes into Birmingham and takes down UAB. And we're down to the top 20. This is what the map looks like. We still haven't seen Auburn or Penn State, two of the biggest, or USC, three of the biggest teams in the country. As we look, we still have some powerhouses like a Texas A&M, like a Miami, like an Indiana. I wonder who you think's going to win now. My initial pick was Ohio State, and they're gone. Oregon was my second pick, and they're gone. It looks like we're going to get a team from the South, unless a miracle team like Ohio can win this. Who will be the first team eliminated in the top 20? We're going to get to see Florida State, and because they're going directly east, they're going to take on Miami. The battle for the Florida Cup, a first rivalry game we've had in a while. This is going to be a tough game, boys. Florida State is driving. They're down by 7. This is 4-down territory for the Seminoles. Oh, he's going to sling it out wide. It's going to be picked off. Miami is going to take this to the house and take down Florida State. Next up, we're going to get to see Nebraska again, and because they're going to the southwest, Nebraska is going to take on Arizona State, and the winner of this will control the most amount of land on the map. All right, 30 seconds to go. Tie game here in Tempe. Nebraska has the ball to 41. There, I would say, I don't know if they need the first down, but they need a couple yards here to beat the field goal range. 4-man rush. Oh, what a swim move. So this is a 58-yard field goal. That was a hell of a move by the Arizona State D end right there. I'm not familiar with his game, but I need to be. And they're going to punt this ball away. I'm kind of shocked. I mean, this is should be a pooch punt, but looks like it's going to go way out of the back of the end zone. Arizona State, 20 seconds. If they can get into field goal range, they can win this game here. And we are headed to overtime here in Tempe. It's going to be a tough game for Nebraska to win. Nebraska handoff on first down. Goes nowhere. 2nd and 9 here. Gonna go handoff again. Yeah, they're really going nowhere on the ground. Gonna go handoff again, and this time they're not gonna go anywhere. They're actually gonna go backwards 2 yards. So Arizona State, assuming Nebraska makes this, is in a really good spot to win this game. Cutter Boley's gonna step back. He's gonna get sacked. Oh my goodness. Down to the 35. It's now 2nd and 20. It's a 52-yard field goal. They can't afford to take any more of those. Gonna step back. He's gonna sling it, and that's a great play. That's 14 yards, 3rd and 6. That's a great way to make up for that first sack. Here we go. Cutter Boley, 3rd and 6. Gonna sling it. Gonna get the first down, and they're inside the 10. Gonna go handoff here on first down, and Arizona State is gonna get all the way down to the 1. Oh my goodness. They're knocking at the door. They might win it right here. Gonna go handoff, and it's a fake. And they're going read option, and it goes nowhere. Here we go. 3rd and goal at the 3. They're gonna go handoff. Oh, fake handoff. Excuse me. Gonna sling it out wide, and we're going to double overtime, assuming Arizona State makes this field goal. Here we go. Kick is up. Kick is good, I assume, because it's a chip shot, and we're headed double overtime. RPO, and he threw it straight into the fucking dirt. I have never seen that before. That was crazy. Here we go. Gonna go handoff here. Gonna go absolutely nowhere. Kyson Brown is averaging like 1.5 yards per carry, if that. We go handoff again, and Arizona State's gonna have to kick this field goal. Here we go. Kick is up, and we assume the kick is good because it's only, what, a 38-yard field goal. Nebraska, field goal ties it. Touchdown wins it. Here we go. Gonna go fake handoff. Gonna get sacked. Oh my goodness. It was almost picked off by Arizona State D lineman there. Throws it out wide to absolutely fucking nobody. Gonna sling it deep, caught, and then knocked out. So it looks like we're gonna head to triple overtime. The kick is up. A 42-yard field goal. This is a chip shot for most college kickers. We're headed to triple overtime. 2-point conversion, and they're gonna get it. So now Arizona State needs to score or this game is over. Here we go. Gonna go handoff. They're not gonna get it. Nebraska comes into Tempe and takes down Arizona State. We're gonna get to see Washington State again, but because they're going directly north, they're gonna have a land. You know what? We're gonna give them Alaska just because it's been a while. We haven't had a land grab in a bit. Might as well just can't forget about Alaska. So we'll get another spin in there, and we're gonna get Indiana this time. So no land grabs here. They're gonna be going pretty much directly east, which means they're gonna be taking on Ohio. Here we go. Ohio down by 3, has the ball. 25 minutes to go. They only need a field goal. So 4-man rush, just gonna hit this. They do have none of their timeouts, which kind of sucks, so they do kind of have to move. And they're going to be in hurry up. I don't know why some teams run hurry up and some teams don't, but Ohio, they're going to spike this ball. Very smart decision making by the CPU here. Going to have to take off, going to sling it down the middle, and it's going to be caught, and wow, at the 49. Ohio's moving the ball really well. Here we go, 40 seconds to go, steps up in the pocket, got to take off, or he's going to get sacked. That was not good. Here we go, 16 seconds to go, got to get into field goal range. Just going to get it out in time, and they're going to get out of bounds. They need a first down, and they need to get out of bounds or spike it to have a chance to tie this game. I really think they just need, if they can get to the 40 is pushing it, but I think that's where they at least have to get there. Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what a play! I don't think they're gonna have time. He didn't get out of bounds. Matt Vessa went to take off, ran backwards, and threw it anyways. And he didn't have time. Oh my goodness, that sucks. All right, we're finally gonna get to see Penn State. And because they're going to the Northwest, they're gonna take on Indiana. And I'm shocked. Penn State is going to come into Bloomington and take down Indiana. All right, and the winner of this is going to secure their spot in the top 15. And we're going to see UTSA. I don't think this matters, even though they are going to the Northeast. They're surrounded by Texas A&M. I don't know if we've seen UTSA yet. It's going to be a tough battle for them. And in a shocker, UTSA is going to come into College Station and knock off Texas A&M. And this is what the map looks like. We're down to the top 15. Again, we still haven't even seen a team like Auburn or USC play, and yet we've seen multiple teams play multiple times. Who will be eliminated first from the top 15? Will it be Tulsa, or will it be the team they play headed southwest, the Oklahoma Sooners? All right, Tulsa has the ball at the 32. They're tied here with Oklahoma here in Norman. This is dude, what are we doing? I can't believe they got the ball and they managed to lose 4 yards in that play. Dude, what the hell is Tulsa doing? Tulsa 3rd and 14. Gonna let it rip down the field, and it's knocked away. It looks like we're headed for an overtime matchup here. Here we go. Oklahoma's gonna put the ball on the ground in this first play in overtime, and they're gonna get a nice 6 yards to start. The Tier gonna go handoff again, and they're gonna go backwards on this play. That's not a good look from the Oklahoma offense. They go handoff here on 3rd down, and it's going to be a field goal. So if Tulsa can score a touchdown, they're going to knock off Oklahoma. What the fuck did I just miss? What just happened? I looked down at my phone for 1 second, and Tulsa won the game. Wait. We got to see the replay. I'm so sorry. I completely missed it. Gonna throw it. Oh, back to the end zone. Did he moss someone back here? We're going to get a ref POV. Oh my goodness. Who are you? Bowen, is that Drake Bowen? Just got mossed. Next up, I believe this is going to be the first time we've seen South Alabama. They're headed to the Southwest, which means they're going to take on LSU. And LSU is going to defend home field and take down South Alabama. All right, next up, we get to see UTSA again. And because they're going directly north, they're going to take on Tulsa. All right, a tie game here in Tulsa as UTSA is taking on Tulsa. And it looks like we're going to go to overtime because nobody's really doing anything here. 2nd and 7 here for UTSA. Going to hand it off, and they're going to get a first down and then some inside the 10. That's a great run. McCown slings it out down to the 5. Gonna go hand off here and get nowhere. So UTSA is gonna have to kick a field goal. Tulsa can win this with a touchdown. Oh my God. UTSA just picked off Tulsa. They won. Holy shit. UTSA just picked off Tulsa and won this game. All right, we get to see Delaware again. And because they're going to the Southeast, they're going to take on Miami. It's going to be a very tough game for Delaware. All right, here we go. Miami has the ball down by 3. Darian Mensah is going to launch it to the corner of the end zone, and we're headed to 2nd and 10. Miami's pretty much already in field goal range, so as long as they don't take a sack, they should be pretty good. Going to step up, sling it. Oh my goodness, is that Malachi Toney? Malachi Toney just put the dagger in the hearts of the Blue Hens. All right, 18 seconds to go. Delaware has to go pretty much the length of the field in like 2 plays. This is not looking good for the Blue Hens. Gonna sling it across the middle. Nick Mininucci's gonna get that first down, but gotta go a lot farther than that. Here we go again. Gonna get the first down. Called their 2nd time out. They're moving the ball pretty effectively, but it's still, you gotta go, what is this, 57 yards? Here we go. 10 seconds to go. 1 timeout still. Gonna unload down the field. That's in double coverage. Yeah, it's going to have to be a Hail Mary for Delaware. Damn, this kind of sucks. It all comes down to this. Going to sling it down the sideline, and Delaware falls short. All right, and the winner of this will secure their spot in the top 10. I can't believe we made it all the way to the top 10. We still haven't even seen some teams, but we will be seeing USC for the first time in this video. And they're going to be going to the Northwest, which means they're going to be taking on Fresno State. And it looks like Fresno State is going to hold off USC. USC waited this entire time to play just to lose in their first game. And this is what the map looks like with the top 10. We still haven't even seen a team like Auburn play, but out west, it's Washington State, Fresno State, got Nebraska in the middle, UTSA, holds down the entire Southwest. LSU holds down part of the South. You got Auburn in there, Miami in the Southeast. Missouri has a little piece of land. Miami of Ohio, who we have not seen. And then Penn State controls the entire, I would say, what, the Midwest and the, the North? I mean, at this point, it's anybody's game. All right, who will be the first team eliminated in the top 10? It looks like we're going to see Miami, Ohio for the first time in this video. And if you've been paying attention to the map, you understand it doesn't matter where this arrow spins because they're going to have to play at Penn State. Miami of Ohio didn't stand a chance as Penn State comes in and dominates this team. Here we go. We're going to be down to the top 8 after this game. We're going to get to see Fresno State again, but because they're going to the Southeast, they're going to be taking on UTSA. All right, 4th down, 2nd and 11 for Josh McCown, or excuse me, Owen McCown and the UTSA Roadrunners. They just need a field goal. Fresno State does not come in here and done anything. If they can get this done, this would be an impressive win for UTSA to take down the new Pac-12 Fresno State Bulldogs. Here we go. Owen McCown swings it. He's not going to get the first. They're going to call their second timeout, but they are in a really good spot. I think they're at the 45 is what I could see. So they only need like probably 5-10 more yards. They're pretty much already in field goal range. They get this first down, they're going to make Fresno State start calling their timeouts. And that's a great job by the Fresno State defense. They have to get this first down or else this is one hell of a field goal. 3rd and inches again. Going to go handoff this time, and they're not going to get it. This is going to be a 54-yard field goal. I think UTSA is going to go for this, right? I think you assume you kick this ball, but this is not a guarantee. The kick is up, and it's good. UTSA defends home field and knocks out Fresno State. All right, who will be the next team eliminated? We have Miami. And where is Miami going to go? They're going to go to the Northwest, which means they're going to take on Penn State, and whoever wins this game is going to have the most amount of land on the entire map. Mensa's going to go out wide to Malachi Tony and get him out 2 yards, 3 yards. They got to go. They do have all 3 timeouts. I don't know why they're not using them. Going to sling it, Mensa. Oh, my goodness. Penn State. And he took a terrible angle. Miami to Mensa to Malachi Tony ties it at 7 apiece. That was a beautiful corner out by Malachi Tony and a terrible pursuit angle by whoever that safety was by Penn State. That he could have stopped him probably like the 10, I think it was. All right, I mean, Penn State technically has a chance to try and get a field goal in 30 seconds. They do have all 3 timeouts, but this looks like an overtime game. Overtime here. Gonna go handoff on first down. Get a nice 4-yard run for Penn State. Here we go. Penn State goes on the ground again. They get another 2, 3, 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 2. Here we go. Gonna go handoff again, and this time it goes nowhere. Carson Hansen smoked in the backfield now. Gonna kick a field goal. Miami, a touchdown, wins them the game. Here we go. Mensa slings it, and that's gonna be a nice 9 yards to start this drive. They're gonna go handoff inside. They're gonna get the first down. They're already 13 yards away from the end zone. Here we go. Handoff again. Gonna get, what is that, 3 yards on that play? As long as they can keep getting 3, they're gonna be fine. Here we go. Space. Nowhere to really run, but they got 2 yards. Mark Fletcher doing a great job. Mensa gonna sling it, and it's dropped. We're gonna head to double overtime here. Kick is up. It's a chip shot. It's only 24-yard field goal. And again, this is nothing but a chip shot. We're going to head to double overtime here. Here we go. Mensa is going to start at the 25. Going to go handoff to Fletcher. He's going to get a great run. That's a nice 7 yards to start the drive. 3rd and 3 here for Miami. Going to go handoff again. Fletcher is going to, I don't know how he got out of there and got all the way to the 10, but they're going to have a reset of the downs. Darian Mensa is going to sling it across the middle of the field down to the 2-yard line, 2nd and 1. Going to go handoff to Fletcher, and Penn State now needs to score. However, we're in double overtime, so they do need to get a 2-point conversion, or else Penn State could win it. Mensa slings it out to Mark Fletcher, who does get in. He reaches for it. That's a hell of a play by Mark Fletcher. Penn State needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send this game to triple overtime. Gonna sling it, and yeah, that's a great start to overtime by Penn State. Already down to the 5 in just 1 play. Penn State here on 2nd and goal. It's going to sling it across the middle, and it's going to come down to this. If Penn State does not get this 2-point conversion, Miami wins, but if not, we're going to triple overtime. Here we go. 1 play handoff. They're not going to get it. Miami comes in to University Park and takes down Penn State. Now Miami clearly has the most amount of land on the entire map. Who will be the next team to play? Let's see. It looks like it's going to be... Are we finally going to get to see Auburn for the first time in this video? They're the last team we have not yet seen play, and they're going to be going to the Northeast, which means they're going to take on Miami. Okay, and here we go. Miami has the ball down by 7 here at home against Auburn. 3rd and 5. They're not going to get it. This is 4th and inches. This play, if Auburn can get the stop, is going to decide the series and decide this game and see which team advances. Here we go. Mensa steps back, slings it, caught by Tony. 1st down and 10. They have to go 42 yards in 34 seconds. They do have 2 timeouts. Empty backfield for for Darian Mensa. Here we go. Mensa again, gonna sling it. He's got to get out of there. Does hit the comeback route and then gets the 1st down. They call their final timeout. They're inside the 10. Here we go again. Mensa's gonna step back. 20 seconds to go. He's gonna take off. Darian Mensa's gonna tie this game. Oh my goodness, Auburn could not get the stop, and we are looking like we're headed to overtime. Auburn has the ball here in overtime first. They're going to go handoff. Byron Brown hands it off, and that is a great run to start this. 13 yards on the first play. Here we go. Going to go handoff again. Going to get a couple yards this time. We have an injury timeout. Oh, Miami defensive lineman, not to an Auburn player. That sucks for Miami, though. Again, going to go handoff and go absolutely nowhere. They're going to go handoff again. I don't really understand the handoff play there on 3rd and 7. 4th and 4, a touchdown for Miami wins this. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Miami has to respond. Here we go. Mensah steps back. Going to sling it across the middle, and it's dropped by Malachi Toney. That would have been a huge start to this drive. 3rd and 10. Let's see what they do. They have the crossing route. Malachi Toney is wide open. They're inside the 8. 1st and goal at the 8. Mensah is going to hand off to Mark Fletcher. They're going to get nice 3, 4, 5, 6 yards on this play. They are 2 yards away from ending Auburn's entire video in one play. And I can't believe Auburn made it this far and it hasn't played yet. I think they're the last team we have not seen. And for them to lose this far would be pretty cruel. Gonna go handoff again. This one goes absolutely nowhere. Come down to 3rd and goal, this time at the 4. They love to run the ball in these situations, the CPU does, and the CPU defense stops it like every time. Here we go, 3rd and 4. This looks, oh, no handoff. They're gonna go motion Mark Fletcher out. Gotta be a blitz, gotta get rid of it. It's a touchdown. Auburn loses, Miami advances. And then there were 6. Which team will we see next? We're going to see Miami again, this time on the road. I think that's the 3rd straight game we've seen them. Because they're going to the southeast, what should we have them do? They're going to the southeast, and then it would travel down. We're going to have Miami take on LSU. All right, 4th and inches, Miami. If they can get this, they're going to take down LSU, and they're going to score. They're going to waltz in to Baton Rouge and take down the Tigers. And we are down to our top 5. This is a very untraditional top 5. Obviously, Washington State representing the Pac-12. We have Nebraska representing the Big Ten. We have Missouri in the SEC. UTSA representing the American. Miami out east and really kind of everywhere representing the ACC. We're down to 5. At this point, Miami looks like the favorite. Nebraska's got a good shot. Washington State, Missouri. UTSA is really the only team that doesn't really seem to have a fair shake. Who is going to play first? Gonna be Missouri. And because Missouri, we're going to spin the air. They're going to go to the southeast. They're going to take on Miami. So we've now seen Miami 4 straight times. Obviously, the winner of this will control almost the entire map. Miami at midfield tied with Missouri. Gary Mensah has the ball, 1st down. They're going to go handoff. Oh, no, they're going RPO here. That was a great call by Miami. And Missouri's going to have to start calling timeouts because they're in field goal range. Here we go. Going to go fake handoff again. Slinging across the middle. Miami. Malachi Toney is already inside the red zone. This is just a chip shot now. Here we go. Going to go handoff again. And Mark Fletcher is going to give Miami the lead. All right, here we go. Missouri has to length the field with only 1 timeout. Austin Simmons going to step back and step up in the pot. What a terrible throw. Here we go. Austin Simmons going to step up and sling it. Dude, he has been so inaccurate. A lot of room. He's got, dude, Austin Simmons, what is he doing? Simmons on 4th and 10. He should just take off and run it. He's going to sling it, and he's finally got to complete a pass, this time to midfield. They call their final timeout. It took him 4 plays to complete that pass. Here we go again. Simmons going to take off, step up. That's a great throw by Austin Simmons there. Missouri is so close to tying it. Brett Norfleet with a great catch and run. 12 seconds to go, 12 yards. This is going to be tough. Simmons is going to step back again. He's going to have to throw it. It's picked off. Missouri loses to Miami. Here we go. This is the map looks like with the top 4. Miami obviously controls almost the entire map. We're down to 4. Who will we see next? Will we see Miami for like a 5th straight time? No, we're actually going to see Washington State. Has been a while since we've seen them. They're going to go to the northwest. I don't really know what we're going to do with them because there's nothing. I mean, it's Canada. And you know what? We're just going to give them Maine. We're going to give them Maine just because fuck it. That's why. We're going to spin it again. If we land on Washington State again, we'll see what happens. This time it's going to be UTSA. UTSA this time is going on the road, and they're going to be going to the northeast, which means they're going to be taking out Miami. Man, Miami has played, I think this is 5 in a row. Here we go. UTSA 2nd and inches. They're tied with Miami. They have a chance to take down the prohibitive favorite. Owen McCowan, he's going to sling it out wide. That was caught. Oh my goodness. They're across. It's a 59-yard field goal, so they still have things to do, but this is tough. Here we go again. UTSA going to go handoff here on 1st down. They're going to go absolutely nowhere. This is a 59-yard field goal, so they really do need to get, I would say, another 7-ish yards. Gonna step up. Oh, he's gonna get, oh, he almost got sacked. That was almost terrible. 3rd and 10. Here we go. McCown's gonna step out of there, throw it, and it's almost picked off. This is a 59-yard field goal, so this is either gonna go to overtime or they're gonna kick a really long ball. They're gonna punt this. We're gonna head to overtime. All right, here we go. Darian Mensah here in overtime, gonna sling it out wide. That's a great start to the drive for Miami. Here we go, 1st and 10 again. They're going to go handoff inside. That goes absolutely nowhere. 2nd and 13 again, Miami. If you only get a field goal, UTSA wins this with a score. Or a touchdown, excuse me. They're going to go handoff to Fletcher. He's going to get, I would say, was that 4 yards? He's been running the ball really effectively, but 3rd and 9 is not a good stop. Handoff again. Fletcher is going to not get the first down. It's 4th and inches. Miami probably kicks a field goal. Great job by the UTSA defense, and a touchdown would win them this game. Here we go. Oh my God, the kick was blocked. UTSA blocked the kick. They only need a field goal to win this game. Here we go. Fake handoff on the jet touch pass. Going inside. Miami's defense is going to have to be dominant, and they're probably going to have to block this kick if they want to win this game. All right, here we go again. Owen McCown's just going to hand it off. Yep, as expected, and they're going to march inside the 10 or the 15. I can't even speak. This is so... I still cannot believe UTSA just blocked Miami's field goal. Here we go. Handoff again. Going to get a couple yards. Just keep moving the chains forward. Here we go. Going to go handoff again, and they're just going to keep running the ball. 3rd and 4. They're just going to go handoff here. They're gonna go fake jet touch pass. Oh, they're going real jet touch pass. I don't really understand that thing, but a field goal here wins it for UTSA. Here we go. UTSA, a chance to knock off the heavy hitters, and they do it. They come in to the Gardens and take down the Hurricane. And here we are at the top 3. It's Washington State, Nebraska, and UTSA. All right, we're down to the final 3. Which one of these teams will not be playing and secure their spot in the top 2? Washington State will be playing, and there's a chance they play either both Nebraska or UTSA, so we'll see where the arrow spins here. Arrow's gonna go to the northeast, and it's just gonna hit Nebraska, so the 2 Power 5 teams will play each other. All right, here we go. Nebraska has the ball down 7 at home. They're at midfield. They have 2 timeouts, 3rd and 10. This is a very tough spot for Nebraska to be in. Only a 3-man rush from the Cougars. Gonna sling it. They're gonna let him get underneath, but he's not gonna get the first down. It is 4th and inches for Anthony Calandria and the Huskers. If Washington State can get the stop right here, this game is over, and they will advance to the finals. Here we go. 4th and inches. I'm surprised he doesn't just take off, but he's gonna get the first anyways. They're gonna call their final timeout. Calandria's gonna step up, and he's gonna take off, but he's gonna get sacked. I think Washington State is gonna come into Lincoln and take down Nebraska. And yes, they are. Here we go. One final look at the map. It is Washington State and UTSA. I've done this 3 years in a row. This is by far the weirdest outro, or not outro, but the weirdest ending we possibly could have had. Who will be the team on the offensive? It looks like it's going to be Washington State. And again, they're attacking to the southeast. We're just doing it as a formality. They're going to take on UTSA at the Alamo Dome. This is going to be a good one, boys. It comes down to one game, and boys, you know, we're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to do it live. It's the final game. If you expect either of these teams to make it, you're lying. Maybe if you're a Washington State fan, but even if you're a UTSA fan, there's no way you expect it to be in this game. Make sure to leave a comment down below. See what other videos you want to see me do next. Make sure to like if you think Washington State's going to win. Subscribe if you think UTSA is going to win. This is one hell of an outro and one hell of a final game. UTSA is going to start with this ball at the 15. Owen McCown has a chance to win this video. He's going to sling it to his, what is that? His safety route, his hitch route, his curl route. Get 7 yards to start this drive. Here we go. McCown's going to step back again. Going to sling it out wide, and he's going to get the first down and get out of bounds. 25 seconds to go in this first quarter. These games go quick, boys. Here we go. McCown's going to sling it on the slant. It's going to be taken down 3rd and 7. Looks like this first quarter is going to come to a close, tied 0-0. Here we go. McCown out wide. Not going to get the first down. Washington State's going to call timeout and get this ball. They have a chance to get a score before half and get the ball at half to really blow this game open. Here we go. Washington State. Oh my God, what a good punt return. Holy shit, why did he go that way? He might have had a touchdown if he went outside to the left, but still got back to the 40. That's a great punt return by Washington State. Here we go. He's going to step back, and he's going to sling it out wide. Going to get 4 yards and get out of bounds, so they don't have to call a timeout. That's a good start to the drive. Here we go. Gonna sling it out wide again. This time they're gonna have to... Oh no, they're not gonna call a timeout. They have 2 left. I don't know what they're saving them for. Washington State's quarterback slinging it across the middle. Washington State is probably in field goal range. Here we go. He's gonna step back. They're gonna have to either get out of bounds. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Washington State's gonna have enough time to get a field goal off with no timeouts. And they don't. Oh my goodness. They had a chance to really take a commanding lead coming out of the second half. They didn't. Here we go. Washington State, if they can run this clock out effectively, they can win this game here without giving the ball back to UTSA. Good start to the drive by Kirby Voorhees. 30 seconds to go. Gonna go back to the ground game. Gonna get a first down and then some at the 40. That's or 35, excuse me. That's a great run on the ground by Kirby Voorhees. Gonna sling it out wide. Gonna get there and then some. 3rd and 3. They get this first down there in a great spot. Gonna sling it. It's caught. Oh my goodness. What a catch out wide. 51 seconds to go. Washington State is very close to being in field goal range. Here we go. Gonna sling it out wide. Oh my goodness. They're in field goal range, I think. They're gonna get out of bounds. 46 seconds to go. Grayson Purden is playing fantastic right now. Gonna go handoff handoff again. Looks like they're going to keep. This is not a good look for Washington State. This is a 54-yard field goal. They might be out of field goal range. Going to go handoff, and this time they're going to go forward. 34 yards is a 51-yard field goal with 14 seconds to go. This is going to be it. Can they make this kick and win the Imperialism? I would be shocked. Both of these teams not necessarily shouldn't be here, but I definitely didn't expect either of them to be here. Here we go. Kick is up, and it's good. UTSA technically does have, I think, 8 seconds to go, but this looks like a Washington State win. I have 11 seconds. Excuse me, I read the clock wrong. All right, here we go. One last heave, and it's over. Washington State is your 2027 College Football Imperialism Tournament champions. This is what the final map looks like. Cougs fans, you finally get a win after years. Especially the last couple of years have been rough for the Washington State Cougars. But at the end of the day, make sure to comment down below what team you expected to win. Let me know what you want me to see me do next. Make sure to like and subscribe. But YouTube thinks you're going to like this video. Find out if they're right.